Hey everyone, Future Freya here with a couple things about this episode. Firstly, there is an abundance of gore and body horror awaiting you in this one, so if that's not your thing, I advise you skip until after the break. And you will notice we had to record this session in two different play sessions, and so we change outfits in the middle of it. And I also had to edit down combat quite a lot because it was in real time about 5 hours. So I figured no one wanted to sit through that. I certainly wouldn't. So I've cut out a lot of stuff on it, tried to streamline it a bit, and hopefully that helps. You will also notice that during the second recording, my mic audio is a decent bit quieter than in the first half. I don't know why that happened. I did what I could, but there's only so much that I can change with the way that we record. So enjoy, and you're in for a wild ride on this one.
It's gonna go off to die somewhere else. Okay.
Okay, well, yep, that's our opening line. I'm pretty confident it caught that one. I think he's just in time. Talking about Josh, naturally. He's still having some allergies, it seems. Anyway, we're live. Welcome back. Welcome back, us. Minus a certain Izzy. And congratulations. In lieu of Izzy, you get to see a sneak peek of Quilly, finally. I decided to be a benevolent dictator like I am so often. And there you go. I'm not going to zoom in for you, so whatever. But I completely forgot what I was going to say. I don't remember. I had a tiny update. It wasn't anything huge, but it's left me. So whatever. It didn't matter. Forewarning, I am currently just about 2 days into a water-only fast that I'm doing. As of now, I feel great. However, it's usually around this point when things start to get unpleasant. So if I am lacking in mental acuity tonight during this complicated combat encounter we are about to have, please forgive me if I make any mistakes.
I'm 2 days into a alcohol diet, so
woohoo, we got this. Oh, we're doing great. But yeah, sorry if I'm fucking with my AC and changing layers and stuff.
We're all well-functioning adults.
Yes, we're doing great. But speaking of well-functioning, we are back for episode 16. Let it be known, it was 8 episodes ago that Milo set you all up to be here. I just thought that was a cool piece of information that I realized earlier.
I'll remember that when we all die.
I will be using this Goliath D20 for all of my fun rolls tonight. I have not used it yet in the campaign. For comparison, by the way, that's a normal D20. That's the big one. So, that's how we know stuff's serious. Yeah, I know, Melody. You have a way better dice collection. Yes.
Lots of dice.
But this is the dice of God. But we'll find out what happens. Speaking of, what happened last time? Well, having snuck your way past whatever bizarre creature was placed before you hanging from the ceiling of the cave, you encountered a strange reptilian beast near the wall of the temple. And a lot of stuff happened simultaneously, so it's a little hard to convey correctly, but as you were all following Milo's lead, trying to get inside, thanks to the halfling-sized hole and the halfling-sized rat that assaulted him, Volkar made a very successful distraction, which saved you all from what was almost certainly going to be a very unpleasant fight. So, golf claps for Volkar. Derek shared an interesting moment with the snake beast. Protect the truth, it said to him in Celestial, among other strange things happening, and then it died, leaving Derek probably very confused as you all finally head inside.
It also did not try to consume him and to become one as family so they could devour the gods, which was interesting.
Well, yeah, of course.
If you get that reference, I'll give you an imaginary dollar.
That's fair. Speaking of giving people things, don't forget your inspiration dice. Now, inside the Arms of Elysium, What you saw was probably not what any of you expected. It's kind of more like something out of a cosmic horror game. And every single body encountered here seems to be held somewhere between life and death in a display of gore and organic matter, almost welded and melted together. Volkar tried his best to heal 2 individuals who were nearly grafted completely together, and despite the messy results, he believes he has succeeded. Meanwhile, Tinny's state has been consistently growing worse until she dropped everything she was holding at the top of the stairs and began to idly wander forward through what is so far the most tendril-filled hallway you had yet encountered. Following her worriedly, you all found a sight most disturbing. The statue of the Everlight stands in the midst of a room which is nearly entirely covered in organic matter. A gore-sculpted sphere in the hands of the statue, an unblinking eye wrapped around the face with strings and Christmas light-like growth spreading out from it, wrapping around all of the pillars. And a male humanoid figure standing fairly tall, who appears to be having a pretty rough day, what with his hair and legs having become indistinguishable from the 18 or so inches of muck which covers the floor, and another tendril-laden eyeball wrapped around his face. And let me start our music. Did I hit mute? Excellent. There we go.
Is this Elden
I'm out
Ring?
of time for that to start.
I was about to say.
And so we begin tonight's story. It is the first of Thunshire. The time is unknown, though you suspect late in the afternoon or the evening. In the realm of Exandria, on the continent of Asilra, in the Arms of Elysium bordering the Standstill Desert, facing down a horrible foe. As he flicks his glowing, curved blade towards you, emitting a wave of energy out. Let us begin.
Shit.
By rolling initiative.
Why?
Oh my god. I have to roll 2. Oh no. What?
Yeah, you gotta roll 2. I
what's
will
Quilly's
say,
Give
Danny
me a
is
color.
playing for Quilly.
Give me
A color? I don't know. Yellow,
Orange.
man.
Orange? Okay.
Orange for her hair.
Yep. Quilly's
That's
gonna be
fair.
orange tonight.
It's going to be 18 for me.
Okay. I will do my usual countdown just so I can stay organized, because if this tells you anything, my entire big initiative board, which is usually big enough to cover all of you and an entire battle and initiative, doesn't have any of you on it, and there's no space for initiative. So I have some things written down for the evening. Is
God, pen and
anyone
paperweight? Jeez.
above a 20?
21.
15 to 19. I got Volkar at 18. That sounds good. 10 to 14.
Sorry, 18. 18.
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah, I already got that. 10 to 14.
Thank you.
Milo got
No.
a 12.
Okay.
Oh man, I was about to say, dude.
No
This has been
way.
Tragic.
5 to 9?
9.
Hillis got an 8. Quilly got a 7.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
4 for Derek.
Oh, no.
Oh, sorry.
I'm just gonna put it out there that this absolutely sounds like the beginning of what is it? Battle of the Fates.
That's fair.
Star Wars, that's
for
fair.
Star Wars, like it just da 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 da. Like, it absolutely sounds like that, and it is super appropriate right now. Absolutely.
I decided to change things up for tonight.
Oh, it's very epic right now.
Does that mean the lowest initiative goes first?
Yeah, 100%.
Are we using the new alert rules? No.
Okay.
Get out of here.
Fair
Okay.
Probably just gassing all you low initiative people. on his notes. What a fucking losers.
What a great time to roll so badly, just across the board.
Yeah, no. This
Any
is
out
how
of
it works.
9?
just a good
Kalis?
question.
Yes.
Any residual divine sense usage that I used from before? Am I picking up anything?
You don't need to sense divinely to understand that whatever is happening here is certainly not of any sort of divinity that you are familiar with.
Any
And-
celestial or no, not celestial, fiend undead.
The same confusing everything that you've been getting. Everything is wrong here.
Fair enough.
And to start things off, you are all essentially just like in the doorway, maybe spilling out a little bit outside. Tinny, you are certainly shabang, already walking inside. Now the rest of you, I will allow you to, in initiative order, place yourselves.
I guess I'll probably just move to here.
I'm still concerned about Tinny, so I'd like to think I'm next to her, like I'm trying to see if she's still with us or if she's with our friend here.
Oh, Melody got the. Oh.
My comfort plushie.
The comfort
My
plushie.
comfort plushie.
All
Hey.
right.
Behind my butt
Bang.
cheeks again, dude.
You
It's a lot of cover, man. It's a lot of cover. It's half cover back there, man. And for
No,
Milo,
trust me,
it's
that's
probably 3/4. Yeah, for
exactly.
Milo. Tinny's already there. Kalis and Quilly can place the 2.
Yeah, this is probably gonna be right up front, right there, right smack dab in the middle.
I'm digging
And
this.
you know, probably Quilly to
This
make this a
Avengers
really,
lineup.
really epic Avenger lineup, right beside.
Okay, the line of scrimmage going on here. And Derek, where are you at?
He's all the way back here.
You fucking broke it.
No,
There we have it. Starting positions. And I will be a little slow taking turns because I am a horrible person and the stat block I have created for this is very long and I need to make sure I'm not missing things. So, I apologize if I'm the slow one. It gives you more time to think. So, Theron, you are on deck after this, so start thinking.
What
And
they say about long stat blocks.
I don't.
What? What? No, I'm gonna ask it. What?
What do they say? Uh-huh. Yeah?
Short combat sessions? I don't know.
Yeah, sure, something like that.
Think that one through.
Yeah, no, that was Kalis loses his D8 for the evening. That was
That is
no.
anti-inspiration.
You see this
Uninspired.
humanoid male figure turns. You can't see again. There's nothing of the face. You can see it's just this eyeball just kind of latched around the front, sort of almost tied around the back like a face mask, with the one thick tendril that goes back, and you can see it's traceable up to the bottom of the eye that's on the statue. Steps forward with these still half graceful, half clumsy jerking movements. There's no vocalization. There's no hint of life or anything, just silently sloshing through the muck of this room. Which those of you who have stepped in here realize this is not going to be the easiest of terrain to maneuver. Let that one be said. And half steps, half almost glides as the matter around, almost like a small wave, as to where it connects the legs, just kind of shift it forward. And raises up the large, curved, radiant blade and just arcs it from where it is, just straight in front of it. And after about a quarter-second delay, there's this pulse of energy that mirrors where the blade was, that blasts out toward Kalis, Tinny, and Quilly. And I need a dexterity saving throw from all 3 of you.
Oh, you punished our Avengers lineup.
All right.
11.
11. Okay.
That is a 5 and a 2, or a 5 and a 1.
Okay.
Unnatural 1. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
the
Kalis.
negative.
Okay.
Of course.
Cool.
I just
I like
rolled
that.
Willie with advantage.
Oh, true. Wait, is this a
Oh,
deck
yeah.
saving
Oh,
throw? Yeah, this
she
is a deck
can
saving
see
throw.
it.
20%.
She can see it.
Yeah, thank
yep,
you
yep.
for the catch. Thank you for
Yeah.
the catch. Okay, that is
Yeah,
much
we'll
better.
be a little clumsy
Um,
with Danny playing 2 characters tonight.
That's a 17.
Okay,
17. Okay, much better.
much better. Thank you. Thank you, Derek.
I'll bump my save up to a 15, but
2 of you managing to get out of the way of it, actually. You managed to actually duck underneath of it, Matrix style. Kalis, being taller, has a little bit of a harder time with that. And it doesn't hurt as bad as you would expect. But it is still 7 slashing. And to your utter surprise, a burning sensation of necrotic for 3 points actually affects you. You feel the initial pulse of it against your skin, and you kind of smirk, and then you realize, oh shit, that burns. It seems this place is not so holy. You're not really sure exactly where it's looking at, as the eye is just boring straight ahead of it, not even seeming to be focused on any of you. Kind of shambles for a second or so, sees that 2 of them dodged, 1 of you did not, and raises the sword overhead this time, brings it clean down. And as it does, you hear tissues almost disconnecting from the shoulder as the arm elongates and the blade comes straight at the top of your head, Kalis. Absolute maximum shit on the damage. So that is 5 slashing and 1 more necrotic. As his blade just kind of almost catches you right in the top of the head, but you manage to step back just enough to avoid that. Theron, it is your turn, and Volkar, you're on deck.
All right. So difficult terrain can pretty much in this whole room.
Absolutely.
Okay, I'm gonna move over here to get kind of behind him,
Okay.
and I'm gonna hunter's mark him, and
Copy that.
I'm gonna take a shot at him and see if I can do some damage. Oh, natural 20.
Cool.
Okay, 18 damage.
Nice.
And I'm off fire again because we can do that now.
Yes.
Yeah, do it.
Can.
That was fucking terrible. That would be a 11.
11 does not hit. The first one, it doesn't even seem to really track your movement as you go over there, at least not, doesn't turn the head towards you. You fire, it strikes, and as it hits, there's this kind of horrible moment of realization that it's just, this skin is barely on this thing. It just pulls a whole section inward to the wound, and then very quickly you see some of the little tendrils come up from the ground and almost start to, like, not sure if they're healing or what exactly is happening there, and you are so distracted by this that you just completely miss the second one. Theron, you let loose 2 arrows. Suddenly, just behind you, you hear this awful, just squelching sound, but much larger than something walking, and as you turn, there is what can only be described as roughly the form of a giant hand, but made out of bones, loosely held together. And as it lunges out from this, attempting to grab you, as this hand is certainly large enough to mostly conceal your body inside its palm.
Is it coming out of the floor or is it coming out of the
Coming
wall?
out of the muck on the ground behind you.
Okay, all right. It's Death Stranding, boys. Let's do this.
And I need you to give me a strength saving throw.
Strength saving throw.
Yep.
When I go down, am I going to create a huge crater?
10.
Yeah.
10, you said? Sorry,
Yeah.
there's too many things going on for my brain to remember that. Okay. It lunges out, grabs you. You sustain 6 points of bludgeoning damage and 2 points of necrotic damage. And you are grabbed by it and immediately pulled down to the ground, and it has you pinned, almost caged inside of itself, and you are essentially both prone and grappled here. Volkar.
I'm going to cast Bless on Theron, Kalis, and Quilly right now. Give them a little extra thumpa-wumpa. I'm going to give you a level 2 Bless. I'm going to give that to our other damage dealer. Give that to Derek. I bang my my hammer against my shield and like ring out on like thunder, echoes across, and those who I selected gain blue tattoos
Now-
of lightning around them.
I
Wait,
need a saving throw of your spellcasting ability.
I'm sorry, I missed it.
So that's 19.
Okay. Cool. Again,
15
that
plus
same
6.
sort of resistance is there, but it doesn't seem to be enough to have any real effect other than kind of slowing you down a little bit, but you are all blessed.
I'd like to think Kalis now has a lightning bolt going down his forehead.
Sure.
Just for
Okay.
I'm like,
Yeah, it's
everyone
fine.
else looks cool. Kalis looks like a dumbass.
Wow.
What you think Harry Potter looks like a dumbass? Shame on you.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
Shame on you.
That's gonna be it. I'm gonna move in front. I'm gonna use my movement to move in front of Tenny with my
Okay.
shield up,
Copy
just
that.
because this doesn't feel right, and Tenny is extremely vulnerable to this.
Okay. Volkars, you step in front. Milo, it is your turn, and Tinny, you are on deck.
Well, after seeing what just happened, Milo's literally just gonna go right behind Kalis. Just peek out and be like, "Yeah, you guys got that! Woo, go team!" And that's really it. I'm really not gonna do much. We're here for moral support right now, so.
Yep. So, I will say, if you are here for moral support, you can do your Milo thing of using the help action to help Kalis.
Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't know if this is Milo just being a shithead or actually trying to help, because I would say we could have that be help on
You have
say
you
his
have a very
next
useful
melee
crossbow.
attack or something.
You have a very useful crossbow. Just
You
saying.
do. Just by the way.
Well,
We're
Milo
gonna-
has spoken.
we're gonna help use a help action. Just be ready for whatever Kalis does. Sure.
Cool. I'll let you do that. It's very Milo. Okay. Tinny, before your turn, something else happens.
Huh?
Coming out
Oh,
here is this
Better.
just looks like part of the mucky whatever is going on just kind of rises, almost burbling up into a not humanoid form, but it at least has the vague shape of arms and kind of a loose head and body, but it's more like a wave than anything else, and it is just almost entirely made out of blood as far as you can see. And as it rises up, I need Tinny, Kalis, and Quilly again to give me strength saving throws.
Oh no,
I'm good at this one at least.
I am not.
It's a natural 20.
Got a decent
It's
one.
15. Yeah, it's a 15.
15. And Tinny,
14.
as it comes up, it sort of moves what would essentially be the arms or where the hands are, and as it does, all of the blood seems to pool up and rise to the top like oil and water, and just pulls toward it incredibly hard. And Tinny, you are not prepared for this. You do not react and stabilize yourself quickly enough, and you are pulled directly into the center of this thing. As it
Ew.
opens up its liquidy form and just engulfs you inside of it. And you very immediately realize this is blood, and though there may be oxygen in blood in some cases, I can't breathe. As Derek, the closest one, just watches Tinny get pulled inside, and you can kind of see her writhing, squirming form inside of this thing. Tinny, it's your turn.
That changes a lot of what I was going to do.
I'm sure it does. And after Tinny is going to be Kalis and Quilly, so start thinking on that.
Yeah, I don't have a lot I can do in this case. Can I try to cast Fairy Fire on where I saw the dude standing earlier? Okay,
Yeah, you can do that
My-
as you're drowning inside of this thing's blood.
cool. So I'm gonna say that the way that Tinny casts Fairy Fire, she takes out like a little, like confetti cannon and fires it, and this little satchel like fires, and then it bursts in just this pink glittered and like neon powdered chalk over where this guy is.
Okay, and I assume you're gonna aim that so it's not hitting everyone else.
Yeah, like this guy.
And so those who would be watching just see this little bit of like bubbles kind of toward the surface of what would be the abdomen, and then just this burst of confetti just blasts out of this thing as Tinny's inside of there. Tinny, what is your Constitution modifier?
+1.
You need to get out of here very quickly.
Yeah.
How's 22?
Fuck.
That says enough.
Yeah, you see.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, I'm sure I can find
Can I
one.
silvery barbs that?
Oh.
Sure. That's cocked as hell, sorry. How's an 11?
That fails.
And then I'll give Tinny advantage.
Sick.
I would say if you to spend your bonus action and all of your movement, I would let you spend the rest of your turn to try and get out of here, especially with the silvery barbs helping.
Okay. Yeah, I'll totally do that. Trying to get out.
Advantage.
I have advantage, but that cancels out my disadvantage because I'm exhausted. That's not bad. 17.
It's 21 total. Definitely sufficient as you manage to just kind of shove a hand through and grab onto whatever on the floor you can manage to and use it as leverage to pull yourself out. And you plop prone on the ground in front of this thing. And that is it for your turn. Kalis, and then Quilly, and then Derek.
I will go with Quilly first. Quilly will use bonus action to rage. So shadowy tendrils lash around you. Each creature of your choice that you can see within 30 feet of you must succeed. So roll a Constitution saving throw.
So Quilly
11.
gets D12 temp hit points.
Yep.
11 for him.
11's a fail.
20 and an 8 for the blood thing.
Oh, wait.
2 of them fail.
2 of them fail. Okay.
And what's the effect?
They take 3 necrotic damage, and then Quilly gets 7 temp hit points. And then Quilly will proceed to walk up just to the side here. And you said Fairy Fire was in effect, right? Right?
It is.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
He's
that
covered
is...
in pink glitter.
Yeah, so advantage on this attack.
Yep.
So this is numero uno. That's a natural 20.
Okay.
So first one is 14. 14
Okay.
points of slashing damage. And then the next one is 19 plus 5. So this is 24.
To hit.
Yep. Okay.
Yep, hits.
So that's another 14 damage because world max.
Nice. And as Quilly, raging, steps up, tendrils just kind of lashing out at all of them and just cleaves through this thing twice with her battle axe. Solid impacts, really hard to gauge. Similar to to our first fight we had back in the marketplace. A little hard to gauge damage on something this inhuman. But they were certainly ferocious swings.
Kalis will, as a bonus action, cast Magic Weapon at 2nd level. So he gains +1/+1, and then the...
Kalis is going to give
Sure.
me a saving throw of his spellcasting ability.
14.
Sorry, scrolling through this encyclopedia here. Cool, proceed.
Okay, so Magic Weapon is officially concentrating, so it's +1. And Kalis will move up, and then essentially X-cut this thing.
Okay.
Side to side.
Interestingly, as you swing, there's this quick motion as you just see the height of this figure just drop as it sinks into the ground, and simultaneously next to Tinny, the same thing happens. And just a split second later, two of them rise in each other's places, and your attack goes against this as it happens simultaneously to the attack. And as such, is not rolled with advantage because it is technically against a new target.
Not
Okay. 16. On a 3.
16 to hit?
Yeah.
Okay, 16 hits.
13. 13 slashing damage.
Okay.
Oh, wait. No, 14, because I have +1. Magic.
Sure.
And then my second attack. So 15.
15 hits.
Okay.
Turns out these things are not the quickest, and they are made out of insides, so they're not very sturdy.
And that's 12. 12 slashing damage.
Kalis, you notice with both hefty swings of the sword through it that just for a couple seconds in the aftermath, you see a similar kind of deathly, sickly melting, burning as what afflicted you against it both times. Derek, it's your turn.
Oh, I don't like that thing next to us.
We'll be fine. If you're attempting to cast something, I will need you to give me a saving throw of your spellcasting ability.
Yeah. I don't know if this is gonna work. Anyways, quicken spell. I'm gonna cast Mind Sliver on dude.
Okay, and as you attempt, give me that save.
It's over 20.
Okay, over 20 is fine.
It's intelligence saving throw, DC 15.
How's a natural 1 sound?
Ooh. Good.
Pretty
Anyways,
good to me.
Yep.
I get a minus D4 on his next saving throw,
Okay.
which I'm gonna use right now.
Yep, you're gonna give me
Phantasmal
that save,
Force.
though.
Yes, I know I am. Again, that's 23.
Cool, you're good.
I'm making up for that 4.
And what's the save on this?
DC 15.
Which,
Wisdom.
Intelligence.
Oh, intelligence.
how's a natural 2 sound, I guess? Because that's how
Yay.
tonight's
minus-
going.
Minus D4.
I'm not even gonna do it, but
Yeah,
it's
you'll-
probably in the
you'll-
negatives.
You'll eventually get
Well,
there.
no, it won't be enough. It's a guaranteed fail, I assure you that.
I am planning this thing's mind is. So instead of us being here, it thinks that we are right here. It's a difficult terrain, right?
Yep.
That's no good. I'll just move right here.
Okay. As soon as you move, you create this image in its head. You see the eyeball flickers, and as soon as you move, the arm stretches out and the sword swings straight down at you. And that is a dirty 20. It seems the illusion did not have an effect, despite
That's right.
what felt like a success. 7 slashing and 4 necrotic damage. And back to the top of the round. I forgot to do this last time. So this is supposed to be on initiative count 20. However, I'm going to start the round with it because I forgot last time. Quilly, I need a strength saving throw. And Volcar, I need a... Oh, wisdom. 14 from Quilly.
Sorry about that.
Yeah.
Nope,
Sorry
you're
about
good.
that. 22.
Yep, I did. Strength
Okay.
and wisdom. Okay, 22 and 14. And yes, just to clarify, I combined the 2 layer actions into starting top of the round and not at count 20. But it's not going to happen again this round. I'll correct it next round. Poor old Tinny on the ground, freshly half drowned. You see the unwelcome sight of this large man appear out of the muck, and immediately, sword in both hands, tries to plunge it down straight through your abdomen.
I really thought Freya was gonna start a pirate shanty right there. I was really looking forward to it.
Not this time. That hits. I'll spare the insult. It hits.
I'm sure.
Yeah. Can't do math. 9 slashing. And 2 necrotic from the first. That's 23. 10 slashing. And 2 necrotic. As it just plunges down twice. Not catching you probably where it was aiming for, but enough to do some serious damage. That was certainly an unwelcome thing.
Yeah. I rolled my
And-
con saves with very fire. I got a 21 and a natural 20, so I'm good.
Okay. Good to know. Theron. It is your turn. Cool. First, you're going to take 4 points of bludgeoning damage and 1 point of necrotic damage.
Okay.
And then go ahead and give me acrobatics or athletics. Well, actually, no, sorry. This is technically a different thing. This is just going to be a strength check. Opposed.
I failed.
What'd you get?
3.
It
2
got a
plus 1.
4. It got a 4.
Oh, fuck.
I rolled it. I was like, he's got to get this one, right? Okay, so you are stuck. That was your action to try.
Okay.
Or I'll give you the same thing that I gave Quilly. It could be movement and bonus action, and you can still take an action to do something different. Quilly, Jesus. Too many. I was looking at Quilly's face on the screen when I said it. Sorry.
How does it have me grappled? Like, am I like, you know, am I gonna move my arms, or is it like?
You are
grappled by
able to
my
move
leg?
your arms. It
Okay.
doesn't. It hasn't like. It's not like death gripping you. It's more of like formed a little cage around you, and so you
Okay.
can move a little bit, but you are not moving from within here. It's going to be harder to do stuff from in here for sure. Not
Can I-
disadvantage hard, but certainly hard.
Okay, what I'd like to do is, fuck. This is rough.
You can't fuck right now. No fucking. No fucking.
It's grabbing my ass, man. Off limits.
It did initiate, I guess. Oh
Sensual.
god.
Can I try and shoot down at it at like disadvantage or anything like that?
That'll definitely be disadvantage, but yeah, you can try.
Okay, I'm gonna try it. I'm just gonna at a very awkward angle.
Actually, I'll say. Yeah, go ahead. Just in case you roll horribly. Accounting for the fact that you are inside of it, I'm lowering its AC considerably as well.
Okay.
So
Okay. So that'll be a disadvantage. Oh, I rolled pretty good. 21.
easy.
Okay. So it'll take 12 points of piercing damage.
Some stuff's gonna happen, and then Volkar's gonna go. So you're the next PC in line.
Does it involve me?
It does,
Oh, okay.
as it's the hand's turn. And as you are still inside of it,
Mhm.
it just gets to deal you guaranteed damage. 8 points of bludgeoning,
Mm-hmm.
another 1 of necrotic, and it
Mhm.
tightens its grip around you so hard that you are so unable to move that you are borderline considered incapacitated until the end of your next turn.
Okay.
Or sorry, the start of its next turn technically.
Got it.
But
Okay.
yes, that is, I believe all that involves you. So if you need to go run away for a minute, you can do
Oh, I
that.
just gotta go to the bathroom.
Okay. Yeah. Yep. So Theron is just being squeezed to death by this fucking thing. This weird blood thing vanishes. Rising up from there is this sort of too pristine to be here female form. It's certainly angelic in nature at some point. It's definitely something's up with it, but it still has this long, straight, dark hair that at this point is just dark and covered in, gore. And these super piercing golden green eyes, which seem to threaten you with both warmth and welcoming. And as it pulls itself out, this small hummed kind of haunting melody emits out from its still motionless mouth. Derek,
Yay.
I need a wisdom saving throw from you.
Oh no.
I come back and Danny and Melody have just like the most worried faces, so I'm like,
I'm blessed, right? Okay, I rolled a 3, but as a sorcerer, I can spend 1 sorcery point to reroll.
Okay.
That's a lot better. It's 12 plus 3, that's 15. And is that a fail?
It is a success.
Okay. So 15 success?
Y'all are squeezing by these so far.
Yes.
while I'm getting just straight up squeezed.
Yeah, while he's getting killed and Tinny's having a
Yeah.
bad day, but
That's not great, man.
Is Theron dead?
and no, he's not dead, but he's having a bad time. Quilly, Kalis, Milo, and actually Theron,
Oh boy.
you all take,
Oh yeah.
accompanying this song, 5 necrotic damage.
Oh yeah.
Just guaranteed.
Give it to me, baby.
I'm scared to know.
Sorry.
I'm not keeping track of PC health in this, so it's suspenseful. But I know it's not good for Theron.
It ain't.
Volkar, it is your turn.
DC 10.
All right, let me get a PC health bubble.
What does that mean?
I mean,
No,
sound off.
no metagaming. Absolutely not. No. You can look. Theron looks bad. Tinny looks bad. If you want to spend an action to further investigate this, you can, but no bubbles here. Theron looks the
right.
worst. At a glance, you see his head, and the rest of him is being squeezed so hard you think his head might pop off his shoulders. Your boots and armor are all just filled with gore at this point, by the way, already. It's horrible. And Milo, you're up to your waist.
Yeah, so I'm 1, 2, 3. I am going to. I know I don't have a lot of physical attack spells right now, but I'm gonna give it a shot because if any time for me to prove myself, and this is one of the spells that I get with my subclass, I'm gonna try and blow this thing off of Theron by casting Thunderwave.
Okay. I need that save.
All right, so I have to do the wisdom saving throw,
Yep.
I'm going to die.
which is 21.
21. Okay. Theron is automatically going to fail this, as he is incapacitated and within range, and it originates from you in a 15-foot cube.
Yep.
So it's dirty 20s. And is not pushed. However, Theron inside is jostled around inside of this thing. Go ahead and roll your damage, please.
I am going to use my... All right, so Theron's already out. We know that for a fact.
We know that, but let's just take the damage just because
All right.
there's also
So this is
necrotic
gonna-
damage added.
This is going to be 4d8,
Oh no.
and I'm
boy.
going to use my Wrath of the Storm ability,
Mm-hmm.
which immediately makes that... what's it called? When a creature... Oh, sorry, not Wrath of the Storm. I'm going to channel Divinity. Sorry.
Okay.
Destructive Wrath immediately makes it max damage. So
Okay.
it's 4d8 max damage. I want to wipe this thing off the planet.
Okay.
If I'm gonna return to being, if I'm gonna get my powers back, this is a way to do it.
So that is 32 damage plus 3 necrotic damage. Theron, you see Volkar run up, and just this lightning thunderous blast emanates out from his chest towards you, and you're like, oh,
Is my mouth
shit.
covered?
And no.
Okay, it's not.
No,
Okay.
it's not.
I'll just be like, no, don't.
And poof, it just explodes, and there is a tidal wave of gore that just ripples, covers your mouth, fills your nose and everything. You get slammed around into this bony shard-like hand, and everything goes dark. The hand is certainly affected. It is not pushed, and it is not enough to make it go away. The
Does
large portions of its bony structure do kind of shatter off of it, and it looks bad as much as you can tell, but it is still here. Is there anything else you can do with your turn? Milo, now all you have to do is not kill someone, and you'll be good. And you are up next, by the way.
That's it.
Okay. I'm going to move right there and shoot at this thing.
Okay, you're shooting the lady? Guys, it's dire enough Milo got involved.
Damn.
You know
it's
things can't be
serious.
going well. Yeah.
Oh shit.
21 to hit. And it's 6 piercing.
Okay.
And I think that's all I'm doing.
Okay. You could, if you wanted, you could sort of bonus action hide behind Kalis, and I would just treat it as trying to take cover behind him from those who would be attacking from that potential angle. Feels like Milo would do that.
Yeah, but would I bonus action that way to go that instead of that person? Yeah, we're gonna.
Yeah, you still have movement to do that, so
Okay.
yeah, I will, instead of making you roll, because he's so much bigger than you, I will just consider that you have cover from that side then.
Okay, sounds good.
Cool. Tinny, you're up, and then it's the dual Danny turn.
Okay, I have a lot of questions.
I'm sure you do.
Okay, so
Did I just murder? All right, did I just murder Theron?
We'll find out.
100%.
I
Tinny,
can't
what you
get-
doing?
Yeah. Okay, so looking at this guy now that he's like right, like looming in front of me,
Yep.
kind of similar to Volkar's question earlier. Can I see any sign of like a wing or like something that hints that it like used to be something, but is also similarly
In
like
this
a corrupted?
moment, you are just having slightly recovered from drowning in a moving
Covered
pool
in
of blood. You are laying in muck that is now thicker than you are tall from laying down.
I'll use half my movement to stand up first.
And
then
I was going to say, you are currently having a really hard time seeing anything being stabbed twice. Standing up, I would say... I'm not going to make it take an action because you're so close, but give me a perception check, please. And I got to give you disadvantage on this because the situation's really bad for you. And you would have been anyway, so never mind. Yeah.
9.
9. You can tell enough to know that this was at one point probably a pretty sexy man, and that would maybe make you think that he might be angelic, but can't tell at the moment.
Okay.
He's sort of bodybuilder Kalis gone very wrong, and another like 1.5 feet of height. So.
Okay. Trying to think if that changes my action or not. For my bonus action, can I command my homunculus to come? Can I have it give me the help action? Can it like assist me in what I'm trying to do?
I don't feel like looking up the rule on it. What are you trying to have it help you with?
So what I want to do after having earlier seen Volkar like restore those like corrupted things earlier in the keep. This is so stupid. I'm going to pull out one of my vials of medicine.
Okay.
And I'm going to try and administer it to this guy and try to cast Greater Restoration on him.
Ooh.
How are you just like splashing it on him? Because this is usually an ingestible thing, and he has no mouth. His face is an eyeball right now.
Okay.
Yes.
Could I, like, after studying with Dewdrop and maybe hopefully understanding a bit of these properties, can I try to, like, use this as kind of like a focus to cast like lesser restoration through it and try to, like, piggyback the medicine's effect through, like, my magic?
I would give you a chance. It would be small. This is an incredibly difficult thing to do, but I love the idea, and with your homunculus helping you, it is arguably possible.
But since I am exhausted, these are both still at disadvantage? Or is it?
These would be, yes. These would be. Yeah, you are still exhausted. I keep forgetting that.
Yeah. I'm just so nervous. What is that? Arcana is a 16.
Okay.
And then medicine. Medicine is a 14. Okay. I could tweak the numbers a little bit.
You could.
So I could add my Flash of Genius to Arcana to make that a 20. And then I'll add my inspiration to my medicine check.
Okay.
That's not great. What did I say for medicine? 14?
14.
I believe so, yes.
Then that makes it a 16.
So 20 and a 16.
Yeah.
You are trying to lesser restoration on it.
To greater
hopefully
restoration
utilizing
with
the
my
medicine
Greater
to help with
restoration.
that.
Yeah.
Via homunculus.
Yeah.
Okay. I will say your homunculus grabs the vial from you and flies it over open, trying to splash it, hoping that some of the membranes of the eye that are connected to it, or it might just hopefully get around it. Your best option, because you can't make this dude ingest it, is gonna hope that it can work through contact with the assistance of the spell. You will whatever healing energy you have toward this thing. And as soon as you do, you feel that there is this oppressive force. The same thing that has been affecting you, it seems. It almost feels like it comes from within you and follows the spell. You can see the vial splashes on top of it, kind of in the eye, and you see bits of burning, sickly, necrotic energy start to kind of pulse through it. And the eye on the statue, anyone who would be looking would see the veins there also kind of pulse and darken, and the eye almost tenses up. And at this moment, you're not sure what that means, but it seems to have done something.
Okay. I'll take it. I'm going to send my owl in its remaining movement over in the direction of Theron, and that's
Sure,
going
you
to-
can move it, and it's not affected by the terrain in here, so.
Yes. Stay where I am, and that is my turn.
So, Quilly, looking around, will proceed to next thing, get in front of Milo. So Milo doesn't have to be witness to this super angelic being, and is going to reckless attack. That's 18 to hit.
That hits.
10 damage. 10 slashing damage.
Okay.
And roll reckless again. 22.
Also hits.
7 plus 4, so 11 slashing damage.
And same thing here. Quilly would notice the same kind of lingering, necrotic addition to the wounds being left.
And then that will be the end of Quilly's turn.
Okay.
Kalis will proceed to have his eyes glow radiant fire, and his wings will expand out from beneath his cloak, and he will just straight up.
First,
and
he's going to give me that saving throw with the spells.
Is that
There's a reason.
Wing?
There's a reason.
Oh, there's a reason?
There's a
Okay.
reason.
Okay, that's an 18 plus 5, so 23.
Okay. Proceed.
I was about to say, I was like,
There's a reason.
common thing.
Yep.
Okay. And we'll fly over to our one-eyed Cyclops boy over here, and will
Mhm.
essentially fly like a bullet, last minute, kick into him with both legs, and then spin, and then kind of give him a 1-2.
Sure. Let's see how well you do
It
on
has
the attack.
absolutely
and that will
no
determine.
mechanical
Yeah.
Absolutely no.
I like it though. I like it though.
You're playing
And
your
still,
Palpatine.
he's still affected by fairy fire, actually.
Oh, he is?
So,
Okay.
advantage,
Well,
yeah.
I rolled
Twitter never
advantage.
goes away.
19.
First one hits.
First one hits. It's 12 slashing damage. And then 3 radiant damage for the first one. Second attack is 23.
Also hits.
And on this one, this last one, so the first cut, and then this next one, he's going to use a Divine Smite.
You're gonna give me that save though.
Fuck. On Divine Smites too?
Not being a dick, I'm just gonna have to say it a lot tonight.
It's a save, so I get to use a. I mean, it's a 16 plus 5. Do I need to use my bless?
Yeah, you're good. You're good.
You're good. So it's 8 slashing damage plus, and then I need to roll 2d8. It's 16 additional radiant damage.
Cool. You tear the wings out of your back. You go flying over there. You kick off of it. You spin, and mid-spin, you slash twice across it again, seeing this sort of necrotic bubbling of the flesh where you hit. And powerful strikes. You see radiant energy kind of burst out after the necrotic radiation, if you will. And it is just so hard to gauge this thing's physicality. It's not moving any differently. It has certainly sustained a decent bit of damage, but
Yeah, I
who
mean
knows
that's
what
the
that means.
that's the end of my turn.
Okay, I am just gonna be burning through my sorcery points. Hope this doesn't backfire. Twin spell haste on Lily and Kalis.
Sure, give me that save first.
I know.
I see you smiling, Blair, all smugly.
just the I know.
25.
25.
Jesus.
Okay, proceed.
Okay, so Kalis and Quilly have haste, +2 to AC, double movement speed, and you could take extra action, but you only attack once with that action.
I hope you're ready to do a bunch of math, Danny.
Holy shit! I was
Sorry,
about to say
it's not your
it,
night,
I was
man.
like, oh Jesus!
Dual hit character.
No, trust me. I really enjoy getting that extra attack.
5, 7. That 7.
7? Cool. You heal for 4.
Oh shit.
Are you moving?
I'm screwed no matter where I go, so I'm gonna stay right here.
Back to top of the round. Kalis and Tinny, I need dexterity saving throws from both of you, as it arcs the blade in front of it toward both of you.
Oh no!
Very
Natural
smart
20.
choice.
That's a with advantage. That's a natural 20. Without, it was gonna be like a 3.
Well, good thing that happened.
I got an 8.
Why can I roll natural 20s when I need to smite? These are not the times where I want to be rolling natural 20s.
Tinny, you sustain another 6 slashing and 2 necrotic. And then is immediately going to make a single targeted attack at you after that. It misses.
Oh, fuck yes.
It's a natural 4.
This thing did not register that I just absolutely cut like a Zoro
Doesn't seem to
type,
care.
like an axe into his chest. No.
Does not seem to
Damn.
care. Yeah. Theron. I would like a death saving throw at disadvantage.
That's Constitution, right? I mean, it doesn't really
It's
matter.
just a flat roll.
D20.
Flat roll.
Flat roll. Oh, okay.
And it really feels good to hear that for someone else that's not me.
Right?
I only go down to friendly fire, okay?
Yeah, that's true.
Oh.
What'd you get?
4.
That is 1 failure.
Thankfully, who's next?
Thankfully,
I'm
who's
not
next
thanking
is
you
the
for shit. You
hand.
took me out
It's the
first.
hand.
The
Yeah,
hand
man,
is next.
That was really quick.
So a couple things are going to happen simultaneously. From Kalis, I need a charisma save, and from Milo, I need a dexterity save.
13.
Yeah, thanks.
13
Yeah,
from Milo,
14.
13 from Milo.
14. Dude, this bless has been a blessing.
I was
Um,
about to say, I've been rolling bless every single time because I realized it's like, oh, this is too low. What do I have? I have bless. Thank God.
Milo just hitting the 13 of this. This is how close you've been. You have been 1 or 2 off of so many saves on this. Nothing happens.
We out here, boys.
We out here.
And our lovely lady here vanishes back into the muck. And from here, here's the other one. It does not act right now. This is all simultaneous effect doing all of this stuff. However, it is the hand's turn. Theron.
Lay it on me. Fucking do it.
Or rather, Volkar. You look, and once the wave of gore settles, you see Theron's slightly coughing out of instinct of the body self, completely battered and unconscious. You can't tell if any of the blood here is his or not, or any of the bones sticking out in all angles from this hand might belong to him. As it just compresses. And due to the force that it just sustained, many of the bones are now shattered and splintered in all sorts of horrid angles. And they pierce into and through Theron's body. And it does not let go of him immediately. It does not take a trained medical professional to understand that a human body, or an elven one, cannot possibly be alive in this condition.
I'm spaghetti.
He is. You know, in I hate to make light of this, but you said that, and for some reason, this is
I'm
where my
not.
brain went. You know, in like Skate 2 or Skate 3, when you crash and you get the X-ray of all the, that's all I'm sorry.
Dude, I'm fine.
You said the spaghetti, and it's just where my head went there.
It happens.
And with that, Volcar, it is your turn, and Milo, you are next.
Is he? So it has not let go of him.
No. Although it's hard to tell where he ends and it begins at this moment, just with how tightly it's squeezed and how it's kind of half submerged in the gore.
If
Very
I
messy
do
sight.
a ripping motion, can I rip Theron out of that?
You
I
can
use
try.
an action or a bonus
He's currently
action
being held tightly by something that is impaling him from many angles. So
more do you wanna
tearing
do
his
to me here,
body
Dad?
I wanna
might
bring you
not be
back,
great.
but okay,
but
if-
you can
if you
try.
don't-
You can try.
If you
He's
wanna-
dead.
If you,
What is Volcar doing?
Volkar's going after his friend. He is
Yeah, he is.
Go-
No, sorry.
No,
I'm sorry.
he's- because I don't want him to come back to life in that thing. So
You don't say.
I want to rip him. I want to try and rip Theron out. Yeah, I want to use my action to pull him out.
Sure. Give me a strength check.
Not natural 20.
Yes. You pull some approximation of Theron out of this thing. And even for one as yourself who has seen many, many injuries and many deaths, this is a very unpleasant sight to behold.
Okay.
The music is very suitable.
Not much time.
Oh, sorry about that.
Sorry. All right. Yeah. I'm at level 2. I'm gonna cast spiritual weapon
Okay.
right on top of this thing.
But first, you're going to give me that saving throw.
Yeah, that's 17 plus 6. That did,
Okay.
that did it. So
Regardless, it is dead, actually. Because there's added necrotic damage on that as well, and it is low enough where my necrotic damage did kill it.
So out of like a window or something, like not a window, like from metaphysical space, a gigantic hammer comes crashing down on this thing.
And as it does, there's a splinter and spray of blood and bone and other matter. And Kalis and Tinny, the two of you, you hear this thunderous slam from behind you, and you both see the form in front of you kind of tense up, and the eyeball starts frantically looking around the room for a second before the sword flashes brightly and it seems to return to normal.
I don't know if you've ever seen that image of Superman holding Supergirl from Action Comics. That's what it looks like right now. Volcar is holding like the broken Theron in his arms, like. And I think that's the spark that like helps reinvigorate that connection as the weapon comes charging and breaks this thing.
And that is how close you were to killing it with Thunderwave. Had it failed, it would have died. So Milo, you just see this horrible tornado of blood appear once again, kind of equidistant to you and Derek, and you hear a lot of stuff going on, and if you were to look, you would see a very dead Theron in the corner and a not so good looking Tinny. What are you doing?
Well, I'm going to be moving that way to the other side of Quilly. And then, oh, I forgot this thing. I was going to shoot this thingy.
Okay,
Eyeballs. 17.
17 does hit.
So 10 total, I guess.
Plus the
5
necrotic.
piercing. Yeah.
Anything else you would like to do?
No.
Tinny, and then we'll have Danny's turns after that. Oh, I forgot a thing. Sorry to cut you off. As this thing reacts and spasms, you feel this, just this pulse throughout you, and your vision goes purple and black for a second. And you feel almost this, like, electric, sickly connection go through the bottom of your feet, across the floor, up one of the tendrils to the eye, and you just get a split second of vision from it before you return to yourself. Incredibly nauseous. But proceed.
Wait, which eye? The eye on this guy or the eye
On
of
the statue.
the statue?
On the statue.
Okay. And so can I see the eye of this on the statue from here?
Yeah, you could.
This might be that one. I'm going to try to firebolt it. That's not great. It's a 16.
Oh, well. Sorry, I went through all the stages of grief right there, trying to figure out rules in my head in 2 seconds. 16. Cool. Roll your damage.
17 points of fire damage.
17. You see it contacts the eyeball, and as it does, the fire almost seems to be engulfed by the tendrils, and just, you see it almost vanish down into the ground, and about 3 seconds later, this little puff of smoke kind of rises up from the back of the one around the figure in front of you.
Interesting. So a plume of smoke appeared behind like the dude in front of me?
Yeah, just like kind of out of around where the eyeball is connected to the head of him.
Oh, did it look like any effect, like any hurt?
Hard to tell. This thing doesn't really react to pain, other than whatever that was a few seconds ago, but
yeah,
that did happen.
Okay.
And Kalis, you would definitely have seen that as well.
Okay.
And anyone who's been close to any source that they've been dealing damage to, there has been necrotic damage added to every single damage roll of this entire fight. On both sides. So, just so we know that is happening.
Okay. I'm gonna have my monkey, let's go over to the eyeball on the fountain as well. And to try to, and with my bonus action, to try to do its force strike to see if force damage does anything different.
Sure. That close, no need to roll. It would hit, so roll damage.
Okay. Damage. It's not a lot. It's just 6 points of force damage.
Okay. This force, this magical arcane force blasts into the eyeball. You see it almost like moves and ripples with it. And again, the tendrils seem to almost like a snake eating something, but quickly just enlarge, and it almost moves the force down, and it comes up to where you imagine it's connected to whatever this blood thing in the center here is, and you see it kind of reacts a little bit just from the inside.
No, I'll stay there.
Okay.
I do have like little like red flames that are surrounding me after casting Firebolt.
Okay. Copy that. Dramatic flare.
That's it.
Danny, it is your turns. This technically should have happened before Tinny's turn. My bad.
Oh.
Sorry to cut you off there. Kalis is in the air still.
Mm-hmm. Correct.
So Milo and Quilly, I need to give me strength saving throws. And Kalis, give me one at advantage.
Willie is 13.
15 from Milo.
15?
Wait, no, 25.
25. Oh, that's the difference between success and failure. You know, 26, 25.
I screwed up.
You screwed up?
It should be at advantage because she's raging.
Advantage. And
That is true.
I used bless on the last one. Okay, that's definitely a lot better. It's 13 plus 3 plus 5.
Okay.
8, so that's 21. Sorry, I totally forgot.
No, you're fine. You're fine. I know you are last minute running an extra character. You all resist it. So it turns out nothing actually changed, and it is Quilly's turn.
Well, Quilly kind of teed off. Like, that wasn't nice. Sorry, that was a really bad impression. And then we'll run up
It's
to
great.
this thing, and then triple hack this thing down the center.
Sure. Let's just give me all the attack
All
rolls
reckless.
first.
And then 18 plus 5 plus
Also
I
hits.
think they all
Yep.
all hit. Damn. Cooley's a powerhouse. Okay, so first one 11 damage. Second one is 6 damage. The last one is 8 damage.
seems that melee against this thing might not be the most effective. However, if there was an impact to be had from that, it probably felt it. There's no reaction per usual, but Quilly's going apeshit, so... Yeah, I would say yes, especially with the wave kind of threatening you to draw your attention that way. As you look back, you do see Volkar holding a very, very bad-looking Theron corpse.
Like, he looks dead.
He looks super dead. If someone was alive in this state, they would wish more than anything else that they were dead.
To be dead. Okay.
Hey, man,
Yes.
I'm not that bad looking.
Yeah, you are now. The ass is still immaculate, but the rest is pretty fucked up.
So deep within,
That's what it looks
Kalis is not only distraught that his friend is dead, but then proceeds to look at this corrupted thing in front of him and then just give out a good, like, super guttural and tragic yell. I'm not going to do it right now because I don't want to, you know, I'm not going to method act here. But you can picture just someone wrenching.
I actually can't. I can't picture it.
Yeah, if you could do it, that would be great.
Like that.
That's fine. You don't have to. You don't have to. I'm
There
just
you go.
being a dick.
I did it anyways.
Yes, good. Thank you. Also, Derek, you're on deck. Just so we know. But
Okay.
go ahead.
So, as this yell comes out, his eyes just erupt more than you've seen before, and just a radiant flame. And then from behind his head, you can see a halo of radiant flame just erupt into existence as every single attack, and he's gonna roll 3 attacks with advantage.
Mhm.
Because this thing, I think, is still fairy fired. 23.
Hits.
Unnatural 20. Unnatural 20.
Yes.
Okay.
Also
Last
hits.
one, it's like 20, or yeah, 26. Every single one of these attacks will be divine smited. Every single one.
Okay. You're gonna
That's
have to give me that
3
save on
level
all of them. Proceed with damage. 36 physical?
Physical
I know
damage,
I wanna
slashing
do.
damage. 36
Okay.
slashing damage.
Copy that.
Okay. And now I'm rolling 6 d8.
This is what you get with paladins.
Okay, this is disgustingly good. 10, 15, 24 plus 32 radiant damage. Yeah, 1, 2,
It's an
7, 3.
interesting sight to see something so ferocious striking so intensely against a target that has seemingly no response other than the shifting of its physicality against some of the weights.
Spiritual weapon. It's gonna pop up right here
All right.
behind the blood clot. For dirty 20.
Hits.
12 force damage.
Okay. Spiritual weapon seems to be the way to go here. As it slams down into it, almost cleaving it in half, you just see whatever is keeping it sort of together seems to dissipate, and it just sloshes back out of existence.
Cool. And then I'm going to frostbite on that giant eye on the statue.
Sure. First, you're going to give me that save.
17.
17? Okay, cool. Go ahead.
7 cold damage.
Copy that. Same thing. Only this time, see a little cold bit of energy emit from the back of bodybuilder Kalis's head.
It's
Just what I've called him.
was
Kalis, you absolutely tear into this thing. Fiery, radiant halo surrounding you. A couple seconds after this, after having no response to it, you hear the splashing of fluids as this, we'll call it blood elemental for lack of a better term, dissipates and collapses back to gather with the rest of the muck around. Tinny, you feel another sickening pulse rack through your entire body. I actually need a constitution save on this.
Oh god. Mm. $15.
Okay. You get another pulse through your body, down through your feet, across the ground, up to the eyeball. You get another flash of its vision looking out at you and everything else happening here. And as you come back, you see the form before you kind of starts to hunch and quiver. Out from the back, these massive tendon, almost bat-like wings just dripping with all sorts of gore and bits of bone, and there's even half of what looks like a scalp and hair hanging from the left one tear from the back. You hear, even from beneath the eye, this guttural howl, muffled as if screaming into a pillow. You see, coming from behind the eyeball, 3 large tendrils, almost like arms, that come tear sickeningly, you can only imagine, out of the mouth or other holes of the face of this individual, and they come spreading out about 15 feet. One above, kind of arched down over Tinny, the other 2 to the sides. One of them has all of these horrible, just sharp bones pierced through it at terrible angles, kind of like Theron, and also the hand, which doesn't exist anymore. The one above the head has dozens, if not hundreds, of teeth kind of shifting and moving around like a blender of a maw, and the third one just has this disgusting hole at the end of it. As we have entered phase 2 of our Elden Ring boss fight.
Yeah.
It is going to make 4 attacks against Tinny. As you see, suddenly shimmering out of the air, appearing in the other hand, is another matching blade.
Is the first one a disadvantage?
First one,
frost?
no. It is not, unfortunately. It's a natural 20 as well.
Mm-hmm.
Silvery barbs.
How? Okay, that's fair. Still hits.
That spell is the bane of every DM
we've
known
got-
to mankind.
No, it's fine. Wait till you fight people with it, because you will. Yeah, that's all I'll say. But for now, it's great. No, trust me.
Tinny
That's a
gets the
scary 20.
advantage.
Okay.
Okay, fair. I believe a 22 and a 21 still hit for the first 2. And higher on the third, but a miss on the fourth. 9 slashing and 4 necrotic. Second, I'm not rolling great on these damage numbers, so that's good for you. 7, so 8 total. And the third one is another 17, actually.
17? Oh,
Yeah, that one was not low damage.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm down.
Yeah.
8 points of fire
As it's
damage.
just flurry of motion, and Tinny just drops. And you said it takes fire damage, 8 points, and
8
is going to
points of fire
take
damage.
extra necrotic on top of that. Volkar, you are knelt down holding Theron, and you see his body begins to twitch as tendrils reach out from the ground beneath him and pierce into his flesh at the back of his skull, and you see his eyes begin to roll and his body begins to crack itself back to some approximation of him. And as he begins to rise in your hands, as his now half reanimated body clambers out of your lap and your hold and just begins to stab at you violently.
This is fucking sick.
Revenge from the grave, yes.
Can I do a medicine check to see if he
Not your
breathing?
turn. At the moment, hard to tell. He is currently shoving a blade into your chest. And this is so unfortunate timing on the initiative because it's now the 20 count. So this lady's gonna pop back up actually over here this time. Milo, give me a charisma save, and Kalis, I got the same two again. Give me a wisdom save.
12.
15.
15. Okay.
Let's see if
Milo.
inspiration.
I used my inspiration already.
Milo, you do have a D8 of inspiration if you wish to apply it before I say the result.
I will not apply it. We'll go with it.
Okay. Milo. The sudden appearance of these tendrils, you realizing you are relatively by yourself, but close enough to now zombie Theron, who is trying to kill Volkar in front of you, and still looking very bad, by the way. Like, bones are still, maybe his, maybe not, are still jutting out from various parts of him. He looks very bad. You become frightened. Now, due to the nature of this, you are frightened of Theron, the guy with the two swords, and the lady. What this means is you cannot move closer to any of them, and you are at disadvantage on essentially attempts to harm them. Following a 20 count would be her turn. Quilly, I need a wisdom saving throw.
It's a 19 plus 1, a natural 20.
Success. Volkar, it is your turn. Milo, you're on deck.
Looking at Theron, is he breathing?
You catch a similar shallow breathing to what you had caught in every other thing you found in this place.
I mean, like, would I be able to detect if he has like a pulse almost? Like,
Not by looking, no.
all right.
If you can do that, you're going to be a very rich man. That'd be awesome. But very, very shallow breath, you think.
So as a bonus action, I'm going to command my spiritual weapon to attack Theron.
Sure.
To try and knock him out, or try to sever this connection that it has.
More like sever Theron's connection to the mortal plane.
17.
Or your damage. 4 damage.
Yep.
You bonk him.
Does he drop, or is he just...
No. Similar to what you've been fighting so far, it's very hard to gauge a response. There's a little bit more physical give, given the freshness of the materials involved here, but there's no vocalization, there's no other sign of responding to it.
Okay. I'm gonna pop my wings.
Yep, you're gonna give me that save?
Yep. 16.
Okay. Proceed.
Then I'm gonna fly 1. I'm not taking the disengage. I'm gonna take that opportunity attack.
Sure. Blair, roll that for me. Straight roll.
So I'm flying though.
That is true. Doesn't change anything. You're still leaving his range.
I'm pretty sure that's gonna hit. 12.
12 is not hit.
Oh, I'm sorry, not 12. I'm so
12.
stupid. I'm sorry. 22.
Oh, slightly different. Yes.
15 plus 7.
I was like, that's a weird joke. Yeah, roll your damage.
You're gonna take. Oh, that's max damage. 10.
And 2 necrotic.
To this angel thing, I am going to once again call upon this innate ability and cast Call Lightning.
Okay. Save.
So that is 19.
Success. Proceed.
All right. So Call Lightning is a level 3rd spell.
Blood-laden clouds just emit out from you, actually, again, from the center of your chest. You see little drops of blood kind of hanging in them.
I'm going to put it right behind him.
Okay. It's going to use a legendary resistance. And roll your damage, takes half on that. So bless is gone on all of you.
27.
Plus necrotic on all of those.
13.
And... Okay.
That bless came in clutch so many times, though.
This would have been a very different fight. Milo, your turn, and then it will be Tinny. And again, you cannot move closer to Theron or the other 2 enemies here. Which is really rough to happen now.
So, just looking at that, Milo's a little freaking out over everything right now. He's just gonna, get away from Theron's weird corpse and just go that way. That way.
Okay. And you can still attack one of them if you want to. It will be a disadvantage, but you can still try to shoot like the big guy over
Mikey,
here.
Are you body shaming me?
Yeah, you know.
Oh my god. Okay.
But no, yeah, Milo's definitely not shooting at anything. Definitely not at all. But
Okay.
just kind of freak out and sit in a corner.
Tinny,
Uh-huh.
roll me a death save at disadvantage, please.
Disadvantage.
Can it be just regular roll?
Nope.
For silvery barb.
A silver barbs.
Just like
Defy if they are conscious.
Let me double check, because that's a good question. But it's not like they use it to grant themselves advantage, so I think it is just going to happen. The magic effect would still be lingering. So yes. Straight roll.
So straight roll. 17.
Okay. Go ahead and mark 1 success.
But I'm down / incapacitated, so my homunculus can do whatever it wants.
Yep, and Fairy Fire has dropped.
Yes. But my homunculus, my little owl, will fly 30 feet towards me. See, 20. I think
Sure.
I can get to right here. And it's going
that's about
to give me the healing effect that it can do. I forget what it's called. I think it's just healing. For 11 points.
Okay, you regain 6. You are
6,
back to
okay.
consciousness.
Okay, Tanya just kind of opens her eyes on the ground. It's just like, why does everyone grow wings? And that's
Danny, it's you at the double turn, and then it'll be Derek.
That's 11
Okay.
plus, or is it just 11? Yeah, it's just 11 piercing damage, and then it's
Yeah, it's just
pulled.
piercing.
Right.
Unfortunately, it is immune to effects as such that move it while it is where it is. And she feels it lash out and tense and tries to pull, and it moves nowhere.
From Willie's back, just gonna take the spear that's there and throw it at this dude.
Does not hit. As
Does
it comes,
not
the sword cuts it in half, and it just splinters off.
Sorry, Quilly, I destroyed your spear. Oh, whoops.
As she runs over at the end of her turn, is going to use a legendary action. And the tendril with the teeth turns, moving almost snake-like, toward Quilly, and lunges out, grabbing onto her face, and I need an intelligence saving throw.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh shit. I don't know bless either. It's a 6.
Okay. And it latches onto her face, and you see little similar tendrils kind of wrap around the back of her head, kind of snaking between her curly locks. And, you don't know what that means.
Kalis is going to kind of step back a bit, and then with all his might, is gonna fly into this guy with his shield up and try to shove him to the ground with his extra action from his.
Okay.
So it's an opposed athletics.
Yep.
Natural 20.
I hate to take this from you, but along with his immunity to being moved, he also cannot be knocked prone or pushed. You slam into him. I will let it deal damage. I'll grant you that.
That's so
roll
annoying.
Roll me 1d6.
Yeah. 4.
4. Okay. Yeah, fairly hard impact, and you see, instead of it moving, the force just ripples down its non-existent legs out and just kind of waves out behind it. Immediately, with the ripple, sinks down into the ground, and appearing before you,
Oh, man.
I think she was right there. Maybe I'm wrong. Appears that And
Shows
upon
one space
entering,
back.
yeah, that's. I think you're right there. That looks wrong. Yeah, Tinny, Quilly, Kalis, Volcar, Derek all immediately take 6 necrotic damage as you suddenly hear her song again, and Tinny,
Aww.
I hit
That's
max
how
damage.
many hit points I had.
I know, Tinny collapses to the ground again. I'm aware this is not a particularly enjoyable fight.
I still got my
But
turn?
Kalis, you still have the rest of your turn. Yes, that was just
Okay,
in
I'm
reaction
going
to you. That is what happened.
I'm going to basically push off and fly. Wait, I get double speed.
Yeah.
So even when flying, because I'm not impeded by the terrain. Okay, I make it all the way to him. And then this is going to be 2 attacks. Because it's
Haste
the
is
first one.
great.
Slam.
That was a really good
Oh my
call there.
goodness, that was. Whew. Okay, first one. 16.
Deflects with the blade easily.
Natural 20. Holy fuck, that's like my. Holy shit!
Yeah?
I rolled natural 20 on the shield and I rolled another one. Okay.
Yep, it's Kalis. Kalis things.
With the natural 20, he's going to use his last spell slot, 2nd level spell slot, to cast Divine Smite.
Yep,
Hell
it's gonna
yeah.
give me that save first.
17.
Roll your damage.
Okay. 42. Yeah,
Yeah, 42.
42.
Cool. And 1 necrotic. Technically 2. So hefty. This thing's physicality, since the wings tore out of the back of it, it's become a lot more oozing and gross looking. And as you cleave through the midsection, you actually see there's a moment where it's kind of separated top half from bottom half, and then some of the little bits hanging from the wing kind of almost sew it back together. That was a lot of damage.
No, that's
No,
it.
that's
And
bonus.
I am
Okay.
just. Kalis is scary right now. That's all. you
Give
see.
me a dexterity saving throw, Kalis.
16.
You suffer 4 piercing and 2 necrotic damage as the kind of thorny bone shard tendril lashes out towards you. You manage to mostly get out of the way, but it is very fast and it kind of catches you across the front of the chest a bit. But that is it. And Derek, it's your turn.
Okay. Have anyone noticed bad on mild panic attack? Okay, so I took damage, so I rolled concentration. Rolled a 6, but I have a +5 to constitution. I
Okay.
did make the saving throw.
You made the save.
So you know, pace goes down, Quilly and Kalis lose a turn.
Yeah, I know. I'm aware of this. Yeah. Very bad.
Wait, did I
Very,
just
very
lose?
No,
Yes.
he made the save. He made the save.
Okay, I was about to
Yeah,
say.
he
it's
said
like,
if
do
it
not
does.
lose.
Now he got an 11. Yeah. What you doing?
Can I strike at the tendril that's connected to her?
You can certainly try.
Got a natural 20.
Okay.
What is up with this? How many natural 20s have we rolled today?
You're rubbing off on me, Kalis.
It's fine.
No,
you guys
this-
need him. You need him for this.
This is,
Yeah.
I was about to say.
This is
isn't
with
fair
making
because
almost
I-
every save.
Yeah.
This isn't fair because I've also been rolling 3d20s like every single turn, which gives me like an insane chance.
Hey, man. Fair and random don't go together.
Okay, now that makes that
That's true.
that adds up. I rolled a 1, so
Awkward. But
plus
this is why I do my damage rule.
a 13 force damage on the tendril connected to Quilly.
Okay. As you hit, you can see, similar to what happened with the eyeball on the statue earlier, it hits and it seems to almost pulse and transfer the energy, and you see Quilly's body begin to spasm. Quilly is going to take so 6 force damage to Quilly.
No.
And it's actually horrible looking at this because his body is no longer the dude with the swords is no longer here.
Mhm.
And having a moment to look at this, you notice that when he left, the tendril seems to have detached from him and sunk its bottom down into the floor, where it is now kind of attached to whatever central mass this all is.
Okay, fuck it. Yeah. I'll spy it on that guy.
Okay, it will legendary resist.
I will back up That's 5, 10, 15.
Okay. That's the end of your turn.
Right next to Milo.
Cool.
That's all I can do.
Milo, I need a strength saving throw.
Okay. 12.
As you're cowering in the corner, Derek comes running back over to you, and you hear from the other side almost simultaneously. And you look, and one of the tendrils, if someone were to trace it, has gone the one that just has the hole at the end of it, has plunged into the ground next to, call him Chad, because that's what he was first called, was a Chad, next to Chad, and it just comes out about 2 seconds later next to you, and just wraps around you very, very tightly, grappling you. You sustain 13 points of necrotic damage, and you are restrained by
Down.
this thing.
Oh, okay.
He actually hasn't really been hit yet, I don't think. He hasn't done enough to draw any aggro, so that's been convenient.
That's why.
Yeah, so it's kind of worked out. All right, we're back. It's a different week for us. It's the same episode for all of you. No time has passed on screen, so let's just keep going. Top of the
May I know
round.
what the initiative is?
Quilly is quite late. Yeah, it's initiative is not really in your benefit either, as top of the round is Chad, as he's been so eloquently deemed. And here's what Chad's gonna do. It's a new round. He's gonna switch places with an ability that does unfortunately not leave space for opportunity attacks. As you see, he shrinks back into the ground and just kind of mucks his way across, teleporting, switching places with the not so rotten and disheveled female form that has been singing and being kind of a pain so far. And I hate that this is the note we need to start on. However, this is the note we need to start on. It has 4 attacks, and Tinny is unprotected, motionless on the ground.
Nah.
The first 2 of these are essentially just guaranteed hits and crits. As Tinny unfortunately joins Theron in a state of unlife. And
Waste.
after that, quickly shifts over to the side of Volkar, and with both blades is just going to make this X slash toward you. The first one definitely misses, second is a dirty 20.
As a reaction, I'm going to use Wrath of the Storm. When a creature within 5 feet that you can see hits you with an attack, you can use a reaction to cause that creature to make a Dex saving throw.
Okay.
So he has to make a Dex saving throw.
That is only a 12.
So he does not make it. So now he takes 2d8 lightning damage. 11 points of damage to him.
Okay. And you suffer a 9 slashing and 6 necrotic.
9 slashing and 6 necrotic, I'm down.
Volkar drops. Zombie Theron is going to no longer encumbered, as he is beginning to be a part of the very mass that is scattered across the floor here. Shifts his way across, and blade in hand, plunges it twice into center mass of Volkar.
Karma's a bitch, ain't it? No, I'm just playing with you.
I'm unconscious. I can't hear you.
I'm pretty sure you might be dead.
Yeah, I think you're dead.
Kalis.
No, this is me in the afterlife speaking to you in the afterlife.
Yes.
Kalis, I need from you a wisdom save And Derek, from you, I need a strength save.
15.
15.
Okay.
15.
Man, you guys are just squeaking these out this entire fight. No effect. Back to her turn, because initiative is so split in half right now. Kalis, I need a wisdom save from you. And you take an automatic 6 necrotic.
18.
18. Okay, no effect. So Milo, you are currently being just engulfed by this tentacle-like growth that is just wrapped around you.
Okay, I'm going to try and break the grapple. I got a 10 total.
Cool, yeah, it got a 22 because I just rolled super high. Milo, not going anywhere. I would say, because you don't have many other options, if you wanted to make a melee attack against it, I'll let you spend the rest of your turn doing that, but it will be at disadvantage.
Sure, why not? A 12.
A 12, unfortunately not enough. Turns out it's kind of hard to be very dexterous here.
And that's it for me.
Tinny,
Uh-huh.
not that you're necessarily aware of this. However, tiny finger-like tendrils from the ground begin to grow up the back of your head and piercing into the flesh and wrapping around your face slowly as Tinny's body shambles its way back up to standing. Tinny,
Uh-huh.
what is the single most destructive spell you could use right now?
Oh no.
I could do like a line of acid across the bottom here.
Yeah, you could move easily down there and make it at Derek and Milo. So what save is that going to be?
That is a dexterity save. I assume
Dex save. Milo
at
is
the
at
highest
disadvantage. Yes, the absolute highest
Yeah.
level that you can do this
That'd
with.
be at second level.
Okay.
Also, can my bird technically go?
It can, yeah. Yeah, it certainly can.
I don't know what it could really do.
I don't know either, but we'll get to that. So, Dex saves. What'd you guys get?
What's the DC?
16.
Milo got an 8.
16.
Wait, did I
Milo's
need to do an extra?
struggling.
Nope, just them. So, Milo, 8. And Derek, what'd you get?
17. 18.
Okay.
Okay.
17 succeeds. So basically, whoever fails, you're covered in acid, and at the start of each of your turns, you take 44 acid damage.
I'm sorry? Huh?
4. Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Sorry? Huh?
I don't
So-
know if my alchemical savant adds to this, because it says when I cast a spell, I can add my intelligence modifier to a damage roll, but this doesn't happen.
I would say
when I cast it, so I don't know how.
I would say it could affect the first tick of it,
the first one.
and in
then-
this
okay.
case, absolutely Tinny is going to do that.
Yeah.
Um,
So, but it's at the start of his turn.
Willie is going to 40.
But I'm hasted.
You are hasted,
You're
yeah.
Hasted.
You are going to blitz across this room,
You are a puppet.
and even with that, you can still make it. And your rage has become completely uncontrollable, and it's more so than usual in a state of frenzy like this. As if you don't have control of yourself, as you kind of feel your body moving you. And as you get up behind Kalis, part of the tentacle opens up just enough for you to see, and you just, foaming at the mouth, 2 hands make 2 strikes against Kalis.
Question. I am still first level exhaustion. Would I get disadvantage on attacks, or is that just
You would
checks?
not, and he's also flanked, so it is advantage.
Fuck. 21 to hit.
Yes.
Second attack. 24 to hit.
Yep.
We're in
Sorry.
shambles.
15 points.
Shambles, I tell you.
15 total?
Yep.
You see Chad disappears, this lady shows up, and just a couple seconds later, Quilly is just slashing into your back, and as you look behind you with your wings out, you see that there is this tentacle thing that is half latched onto her face.
Could my bird have...
Oh, yes, sorry, forgot about that,
No,
yes.
it's okay. It's not really like it can do much anyway. It'll just fly up next to Kalis and touch you, and you'll get Bless for a minute. I don't
Bless
know,
has
man.
carried this fight so far.
The bird's on our side.
Kalis
Yes.
is blessed.
So you get the Bless, if that helps.
Okay, I'm going to take my haste action, so my extra action to disengage,
Okay.
and then I'm going to move over to this fucking thing.
Okay.
This thing that's been connecting all of them.
Mhm.
What I'm going to do, I'm going to hit it twice.
Okay, if you want to hit the
Straight
eye, you would have to be on that side.
Okay, yep.
But you can still do that,
Other
yeah.
way. Yep. And yeah.
All right, and I'm hitting it for all I got because honestly,
Cool. I will say,
it is looking like a.
there's no roll required, as it technically doesn't have an armor class. You run up with the first one, and you plunge the blade toward it, and it strikes, and it feels like there's some kind of resistance. You hear this that just kind of blasts out, and you see similar shock waves kind of pulse out into the ground over to the tentacle that is actually attached to Quilly right now. And Quilly, you're going to take 3 points of damage. And that was only first attack was doing that. So do with that what you will.
So the only one who's attached by a tentacle is Cooley?
Milo is still grabbed by one. You don't know what that means. Other instances, it seems to have pushed out effects to the Bone Hand when it was here and the Blood Elemental. But in this case, it does seem to affect Quilly.
This is gonna sound stupid,
Do it.
but I'm going to try to reach inside this thing,
Okay.
and that basically I don't know what the fuck is in there, but I'm gonna find out the hard way.
Give me just a minute.
I really am just picturing Suicide Squad now. That's the only thing I could see.
Kalis,
Can you Harley Quinn?
Margot
you
Robbie?
You, after attempting to plunge your sword into this thing and finding very little purchase, you pull it back to your side, and with your free hand, you just plunge forward, trying to see whatever happens. And as you make contact with it, it's like your entire body goes numb instantly. And I need a wisdom saving throw.
You're blessed.
I know
You
I'm
are
blessed, and I have
And
inspiration.
you have that.
Okay, I'm spending my inspiration. It's a 7. It's a dirty 20.
The DC was 30, pleb.
It's possible.
Kalis, as you reach into it, your hand actually does go inside of it. You feel it's wet and disgusting and freezing cold. And you try and pull your hand back out. And as you go to, you see the veins and other bits from the eye extend out from it, reaching into your armor, grasping into your hand, piercing into your flesh. And your entire body and mind is overcome by the worst fear you have ever felt in your life. It is so bad that instead of staying and facing it, your consciousness leaves you. And you collapse to your knees, head almost into the hands on the statue, as your hand is still up into the eyeball. You are reduced to 0 hit points.
Shit.
And the last thing you see and hear is this deep, guttural laughter and the image of, as if it's standing across a smoky, darkened battlefield, a hulking orcish figure with one bleeding eye in the center of its head, holding the most wicked axe you have ever seen, and you recognize this is Grumsh, the Ruiner, one of the betrayer gods.
Motherfucker.
Derek,
Oh.
it's your turn. You have a very struggling, now melting in acid Milo beside you,
Yeah.
and just about everyone else is, best case, unconscious.
Yeah. I don't know if it's better or worse to go last.
You can drop haste now, no problem.
Yeah, I can.
Yeah. Drop it.
It's
Did I
probably
just
good to
drop
get
it?
that off Quilly right now. Yeah, you can
Yeah,
drop it.
I'm coming for you.
Yeah, drop it. Yeah, I drop haste. You, Cooley. Be a really good time for my internet to go out.
It's a kind time for the cell phone to ring.
Just to recap, everyone is dead.
Yep.
Except
Quilly's still up.
I'm still up.
Technically dead.
And I would say,
Yeah.
Derek, looking at this, you can see that the tentacle on top of Quilly is actually starting to, like, detach from her and looks like it's kind of slinking back into the ground. But other than that,
Okay.
best you can tell, you have Milo, who is having a really, really bad time. You have Quilly, and from what you can see from here, everyone just died, including Kalis, who shoved his hand into the eyeball and collapsed just motionlessly in front of it.
Okay, so I have no idea if he's alive or not.
Nope, doesn't look good though.
This is gonna be a great story to tell your next party.
If Derek ever makes it out of here, yeah. Oh, there's a chance, and he's not gonna abandon them, but there's a chance. He's not. Damn it.
Damn it, he
Okay.
says.
No, because there's two. There's Derek, and then there's me.
Yeah, fair.
It's gonna wind spell fly on me and Milo. Gonna fly up as high as I can, about 20 feet in the air,
Okay.
and hopefully I'm out of range. I'll move right here.
You're not affected by the difficult terrain flying now, so if you want to move further, you can.
Yeah, I can.
Yeah, you can.
And these are the doors right here, right? Okay, so 20 feet up. I have 40 left. I'll head over to Kalis.
Back to the top of the round. That is going to actually kind of just moves through and over Volcar at this point. Just kind of do that. Chat approaches. And the wings are kind of giving him the illusion of floating, but he's really kind of just rising further up out of the muck that is kind of becoming his legs. And much to Derek's fear, as he approaches swiftly, he rises up like a wave towards you.
Fuck.
And he's going to do his damnedest. First misses, second is a 19.
Okay, silvery barbs.
Okay. That is an 18.
It's so much better. Yeah, that hits.
That is 10 slashing and 5 necrotic. Third attack. I'm rolling very consistently. Is a 17.
17 to hit?
Yep.
Oh, no, I don't have.
Yikes. Yikes. That is 14 slashing and another 4 necrotic. Last attack.
No.
Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I have one hit
Yeah.
point.
Yeah, that's a natural 19. That's a 26 to hit.
Whew.
It was really nice playing with everybody.
Yeah, it was.
Willie.
Is it my turn?
What's your response as you now take a second to turn as this tentacle peels itself off of you and sloshes back into the ground beside you? And you look and see carnage. You see Volkar's body beginning to twitch and rise as well. It's not your turn. I just want to know what your response is to this.
I'd say, I know she can't rage again because she already is, but she sort of just lets out this guttural, deep, just shattering scream as she sees this. And her eyes lock on to, I think that's Chad, right?
Yes, Chad is right there.
And her eyes become this primal force.
Okay. And Milo, as acid is beginning to burn at you and you are wrapped up and you see Derek flies over and gets annihilated and Quilly is just screaming and shouting in pure guttural despair and rage, what is your response?
Miles probably just gonna sit there and just take it all in. And yeah, that's really it.
Okay. As you see Theron turns, marches over to you. And Theron, I need you to make me some melee attacks against Milo with advantage.
Oh.
Milo, how many hit points do you have?
I have 10. And that was before. I didn't even do the acid thing yet, so.
Well, you haven't taken it yet.
Okay, then yeah, 10.
So you're gonna take a lot of damage. How
much from the first?
8.
Okay.
And then 9.
So Milo just takes it in. As Theron comes over, you just take a deep breath and just sigh. And he
Yep,
just
sounds about right. With the sign and everything.
lashes at you in a flurry. And everything goes dark and numb. Volkar is now standing, shambling. He's going to look at the only other target available. And he's going to also rush his way over. Hammer in
hit her with the
hand.
Thunder Wave, max damage.
And I don't know if you have the thing that guarantees max damage again.
No, I don't.
I don't think so at this point.
It was a one-time deal.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're gonna.
So
Thunder
we're
Wave.
gonna use Thunder Wave. That's 4d8.
Yep. What's the save?
The save is a Constitution save. 14.
23.
Okay, so she only takes half.
Cool. This lady failed. She got a natural 1, so that's cool.
Nice.
She's still in because it's 15 foot.
That's 17 points of damage.
Half to 8. Right?
Yes. Well, she actually dies from that. Not Quilly, the lady.
I think so.
I got 1 kill today.
You got 2. You got 2 kills today.
I got 2 kills today. I'm the only one who's killing people today.
Milo, you are going to automatically take acid damage.
Woo!
14 points.
And then I need you to roll me a death saving throw at disadvantage. So just roll flat d20, roll twice, take the lower.
A 5.
Gee, you were rolling low. Holy shit.
Tinny, you are actually going to essentially dash over toward where Quilly is. And do you have any bonus actions that, as you are running or once you get there, any bonus actions that can deal damage? No. Okay. That is fine. And that is what you're going to
But
do.
my owl.
Your owl
It's
gets a
still
turn.
alive, actually, from the underwear. Gonna go
Yeah,
pick
well,
up
oh yeah, it
Kalis.
is alive. Holy shit.
It's
Yeah,
gonna
it
try to
can go.
pick up Kalis with the healing touch. He's
Okay.
just a 0.
Yep.
That's 11 points. Half.
Okay,
6.
so Kalis, you are restored to 5. Willie, it is your turn.
Right.
I would like for you to give me a Constitution saving throw.
17.
You look around and see the now eyes lolling, limp faces of Volkar and Tinny, as Theron, in the distance, slashes at Milo's unmoving body. And you kind of begin to dissociate completely from your body. All sensations of pain and adrenaline and fear and exhaustion wash away. And it's like there's so much light around you that it completely blinds you and removes all feeling. And as they begin to focus, you see a blurry visage of a dark-skinned woman. This kind of radiant aura, and this kind of implied beauty that's only bested by that of the Wild Mother. This warm smile, no hair, just light that kind of flickers. This incredible, shifting watercolor wings folded behind her. As gentle flames lap and dance around her feet and hands.
Oh, shit.
As you see this dark-skinned figure smiling warmly at you, it's like everything's blurred, almost like you'd be looking at a picture or ink that had been rained on. She reaches out wordlessly and takes your hand. And as she does so, the lights, the warmth, the flames all grow and grow. And you see one single tear down her cheek, her chin, down her neck, going down her entire arm, and as it moves, it grows till it's about palm-sized. And similar to the wings, this kind of shifting watercolor, hard to tell how solid or liquid it might be, and it glides up into the palm of your hand, and she closes your hand over it, and you feel it shatter. And she smiles, and her image begins to fade away like a wisp. And you are experiencing a lot of things right now. One, an almost unbearable amount of power begins to flow through you. Whatever anger and rage and primal ferocity you already hold, amplified astronomically. And you are also overwhelmed with the understanding that that is in fact the Everlight. And you know she is still mostly severed from the realm. That the mark of the Ruiner, which is what is here, is still too powerful. The temple is to be abandoned immediately once you're done here. And she cannot stop the spread of the effect, as it is going to have this last kind of one final death screech as it writhes in agony after you kill it. And all of her beloved children here can finally now know the peace of death, and for that she is thankful. And you also get this understanding of regret, and the sense that this is the final bit of her energy that she could find a way to push past the veil. And though you are also filled with fear, knowing that this is directly a mark of one of the betrayer gods, you feel like you might actually be a god yourself right now. And as you begin bursting with light and flame and radiant energy, what would you like to do? And I will say, forget about the usual bounds of being a level 5 character right now. Tell me what you want to do.
I want my friends to be alive, and I want this Chad motherfucker to be dead.
Well, you know how to do one of those. Not so much the other. What would you like to do to Chad?
I would
Dr.
like...
Manhattan him. Just wave your hand.
I'll just snap.
Go full Thanos.
Yeah. I would like to take my axe, and I feel like my energy transfers to my axe. I will go from the top to the bottom and just slice right down the middle.
Okay. So as you rush past those two, there's this burst of energy that just blasts out, sending Tinny and Volkar's bodies just flying backward 10 feet in either direction as they immediately begin to clamber back up. You rush forward, axe overhead, swinging it down. And I would like you to roll me at advantage 4 attack rolls.
Oh, one of those is a natural 20, a dirty 20, 21, and another dirty 20.
17 slashing. Alright, let's throw on die. An additional 5 necrotic, and an additional 16 radiant. As you now see essentially the same bursting effect that has been coming off of both of his blades is affecting yours now, as you cleave into center mass, delivering a nasty strike on the first.
I like to think Quilly's hair is literally just fire right now. Like, it looks like wisps of the sun.
Absolutely. That was fairly well over 100 points of damage in one round. It is still standing, however, you cleave one of the arms clean off. The left arm goes straight off on the crit, the other 3 attacks to the midsection. It turns, you hear this muffled, almost howling underneath the eye, which is now going frantic and spasming. And he turns to you, one sword still in hand, on his last leg. I will say that is going to be your turn. Kalis. I need you to give me another wisdom save.
That's a 18 plus 3.
Do I still have bless?
You do actually still have bless, yeah.
So it's 22.
22. Just enough. You, as my board keeps falling, sorry. You feel this little warmth creep across the back of your head and your neck. And as consciousness threatens to return, you get a flicker much closer, jump scare style, of this hulking orcish face. Axe pulled back at the side, and as it goes to bellow towards you, you snap back, you pull your hand from it. It completely just keeps your gauntlets. But you pull your bare hand out of it, and there you are, kneeling at 5 hit points, as Quilly looks more akin to some kind of holy fire elemental in this moment, and is just cleaving the arm off of Chad right next to you. Now, let it be known, he is still high enough in the air that he could be hitting Derek at 20 feet, and Quilly has just been attacking sort of up, and these arcs of golden light have just been slashing out toward it. And Kalis, that is what you come back to. It is your turn. What are you doing?
Oh, Jesus.
And Derek is right next to you, looking like he's about to die.
Is Derek flying?
No,
Dropped
he
as soon
fell.
as I went
Yeah, he
unconscious.
fell.
Dropped?
Ooh, actually, you would have one fail from falling damage.
I know.
Yeah, I forgot about that. That's a good catch.
I already accounted for it.
I'm going to use... Nah, fuck it. I'm going to use all of my lay on hands pool
Oh, yay.
on Derek. Every single drop.
Yeah.
So that is 25.
That is 12
points.
that you heal for.
This might sound stupid again,
Okay.
but can I use my bonus action to put my hand back in that goddamn thing? I want to see Grumsh and I want to look this bitch in the eyes.
Sure.
One last final time.
Yeah, wisdom save?
This is a natural 20.
You better
I
crit.
owe the gods.
Come on.
Everything. 26.
You plunge your hand back in. This time, preparing for it. You feel the jolt of frigid energy through your body. And there you see him. What would you like to try to say or do anything in this weird in-between space you're in?
It's just chilling there. It's just
He's
looking all
looking,
menacing
he's
like.
looking menacing for sure.
I'm going to say to this orcish bastard, you've killed my friends now. And now, this is the day in which I'm no longer Mr. Nice Guy, okay? It's today. Because, first of all, fuck you! Okay? From this day forth, no one related to Grumsh is going past my fucking eyes without succumbing to death itself, okay? And at this
as you're
point,
talking,
screw it. Yeah.
he begins to, with a large, sharp, jagged nail, dig into the flesh of his own forehead. And he carves an eye. And as blood begins to run down it, just reaches its hand out towards you and points. And you feel slowly carving into your forehead a bleeding eye.
You tested it.
Fucked around and find out.
You fucked around, now you're finding out.
I'll say if you want to do
Yeah.
something else quick, you can. This is certainly pushed
This is
6
again,
seconds, but
Yes.
Coming for Grumsh.
Since I did say that, I'm gonna fully, follow up, and I'm gonna charge Grumsh.
okay. You take about 3 steps forward, and you are jolted back into your body as your hand blasts out of the eye, ejecting you back onto the ground beneath Quilly, who is just roiling flames and radiant energy everywhere.
Casually a god.
How
Kalis.
does like my forehead feel?
There is blood running into both of your eyes.
Shit.
Derek,
He likes you.
you come back to consciousness as Kalis shoves his hand into the eye and just starts. His body is really struggling to keep him there, and he's just like grunting and almost like screaming and groaning, just like someone who's trying too hard at the gym, kind of, and then just gets shot back outward with this pulse of energy, and there's just this bloody mess all over his face right now. And Quilly is in God mode, and Chad is missing an arm. What are you doing?
I get up. Doesn't matter if I can't move anyways. I'll bring up spiritual weapon and hit Chad.
Cool. He is flanked, so roll with advantage.
17, 24.
24 hits.
Ooh, max damage. 12 force.
Chad is looking very unwell.
He's gonna look more unwell right now. And fuck it, Mind Sliver. A
Okay.
DC 15.
Natural
Intelligence.
18.
Ah, fuck you. Okay, yeah.
He's gonna use one of his legendary actions. And Derek, I need you to give me a Dex save. And Kalis, I will need a Strength save from you.
16.
Dirty 20.
Okay. You see the kind of thorny, bony tendril rises up from the ground and tries to wrap itself around Derek's torso, but he manages to kind of, still kind of laying on the ground, kick his way out of it. And Kalis, the one that's been holding Milo, actually lets go of him, slinks back down, and then a couple seconds later comes up behind you, and you just grab it and throw it off of you before it can wrap itself around you. We're back to the top of the round. Chad is going to lower himself down, and as he does, he's going to make an arcing sweep, and I need all three of you to give me a dex save. Derek, you didn't stand back up, did you?
Yeah.
You did? Okay.
So I said I couldn't move anywhere.
Okay, I was going to say, because if you didn't, I was going to give you benefit of the doubt there, so you didn't have disadvantage, so I need dex save from all of you.
I get
17.
advantage because I see it.
Yes. And Quilly, you also get an additional plus 10.
Good because
So
I
why not?
wasn't that good. So dirty 20 then.
Okay. And the others?
17.
Dual 17s. Okay. All three of you suffer 4 points of slashing damage. Oh, wrong guy. And 2 points of necrotic.
I'm out.
Yep. Kalis drops once more. And as soon as you drop, he's going to make 2 more attacks against you. I'm going to make him roll these. Technically, by some metric, they could be automatic hits, but he is threatened on 3 sides right now, so I'm actually going to make him roll.
It's okay. I'm dead.
Go on. Say
I'm
it.
rolling so high. It was a 19 and an 18.
It's okay. I'm dead.
Kalis just
Yeah.
gets...
Okay, Silvery Barb's one of those.
Okay. 19?
Nope.
Ow!
Still dead.
Fucking
Still
damn.
dead. I'm rolling pretty high. Also, his bonuses, in case you couldn't tell, are, you know.
No, we could have gotten that one.
Kalis just gets chopped the fuck up, and the final swing arcs up toward Quilly, the obviously threatening one right now. Quilly's way too fucking fast. You drop one hand off the axe and you just grab his blade and throw it to the side, almost out of his hand. Darren! Your bow was dropped somewhere over here, so you're gonna march your way back there and grab it, and you are gonna take your shots at Quilly.
Alrighty.
And you're gonna roll with disadvantage, because she is so bright to look at that you practically can't see.
Does a 2 + 9 hit?
It's funny it happened to the most
both of
atheist
them
person in the party.
get launched out toward Quilly, and then they just melt before they even make it to you, like a tiny asteroid, just disintegrating before it reaches
Good luck
the planet.
recovering those. Not gonna happen.
Nope, they're gone.
Zombie Theron will let out a zombie
that's gonna be
tear.
it for- it's blood. Volcar, you are gonna just rush right up behind Quilly, and you're just gonna make some melee attacks at disadvantage.
Okay. That's a natural 1.
How do you want to fail this? Just tell me what happens to zombie Volcar.
I think that zombie Volcar, like with one hand, like jerky moving, goes to hit in like a concussive shield almost, hits and then bounces that entire attack back on him and pushes him on his ass.
I love it. I'll throw you 10 feet back just for flavor. You just get thrown backward into the muck once more. Milo, who is not dead yet, but is at 2 fails. We
He
need...
might still be covered in that.
But he's covered in acid, I was gonna say.
I was gonna
he
say.
would now be dead, because that does still sustain. So Milo, unfortunately, removed from life. Tinny,
Only 15 episodes later.
Yeah, it's crazy lasted this long.
Whatever weapon is going to do the most damage potentially, you are going to try and attack Quilly with.
Okay. I suck with weapons, but sure,
I
I
know.
have like a
Yeah.
dagger.
You're becoming more of a zombie right now, and so the
Yeah.
fancy stuff's kind of running out of your brain. You just get thrown backward right next to Volcar. Willie, it is your turn.
I would like to. You can tell me if I could do this or not. But I would like to take my spear. I'm going to It's not bamf out the wings because they're mechanical, but I'm gonna bamf out the wings. I would like to drive my spear through him and fly up.
Despite his battered state of being, it is still incredibly quick. You try to skewer him, and he just, similar fashion what you did, just deflects it with the blade. However, that's only one attack.
Yeah.
Quilly, regale me of his demise.
As I slash down with my battle axe at him, I would like to grab him by the throat and literally just puncture my nails into his neck and just
Easy
squeeze.
to do, as he is mostly rotten at this point. You squeeze, and like a rotten mango, just squishes inward, revealing tissues that oughtn't see the light of day. And as it's there trembling, you take the axe in your offhand, you cleave the second arm clean off, and all of the fire and light around you focuses through you, through your arm, your hand, into the body. There's a pulse, a second one, a third one. And this crackling shatters up from the eyeball around his face, back to the tendril, into the ground, up to every little bit wrapped around the statue, around the eyeball on the face, which begins to release the most awful, squealing, hissing shriek. Like if Gollum was also a balloon being slowly deflated. And you see Tinny and Volcar and Theron and Milo and Kalis all begin spasming and almost smoking as well. And the eyes just shrieking, and you just see bits of black, almost tar, begin to just explode out of it as all of the little bits that are hanging connected to all of the pillars around the room just begin exploding and melting. And shriveling away from what is held in the hands of the statue is just whatever mass, the spherical mass that was there, just begins to smoke and kind of pop and squelch as it almost seems to curl up like two dying spiders that peel off of it. Derek.
Yes.
This is a horrible experience for you.
It is.
These sounds are enough that it feels like your ears are actually going to explode and kill you. You are on the ground just trying to hide from the light and the heat and the screaming and the smell of just sweetness, like rotten fruit everywhere around you. Quilly, you lift further into the air. Your wings, which just have fire and light just spraying out of them, making the silhouette of these 10 or 12 foot wide wings. Feel your body go numb once more. Do you see the same blurred face, smiling? And you know that she's trying to speak to you, but it seems that she can't.
Can I speak
Seems
to
that
her?
whatever connection is here is very weak. You can certainly try.
Please, please, before you go, heal my friends. They have so much left to do. I'll do anything. Anything.
And as you say this, your voice completely foreign to your own ears, booming and powerful. See, fades, and you feel like you are going to explode. As if your body can no longer contain what is inside of it, and you begin to spasm and twitch, and everything goes dark. And because I really have to pee, and for no other reason, but I really have to pee, we are going to take our break there. And Willie, you collapse to a smoldering, motionless pile on the ground. Derek, as you are the only conscious thing in this room, you see the energy that was around Quilly after exploding into this dude who is now on the ground, quickly just decomposing very rapidly. You see all of the matter that's around here just begins to liquefy and blacken and just kind of start to move. It's hard to tell if it's reacting to physics or still some mind of its own. It almost seems like it's dripping and melting through the floor in parts. And you see Volkar and Kalis and Theron and Milo and Tinny breathing very, very shallow breaths. And you also see, out of one eye from each of them, a small, crystalline tear begins to form before plinking to the ground, and then vibrating, kind of gyrating their way across the floor, where they meet almost in a halo form around Quilly as she's sprawled out on the ground. And you see, rising up out of her chest is a larger, almost baseball-sized tear like the others. And as it begins to float, the rest of them vibrate and float up and slowly press together, all creating one slightly larger mass that is tear-shaped. You hear cracking and you look up, and the massive tear, which is now almost... how would I put it? It almost has like a patina on it and in it. It just looks old and wrong and corrupted. Just begins to crack in the hands of the statue and crumbles into shards that do not glimmer as the watercolor dancing lights inside of them fade. All of you who were dead, your death saving throws are now permanently increased to a DC of 12. You are all also restored to what would be, if there was a mechanical basis for it, like 0.1 hit points. You are hardly able to be considered conscious. You are feeling things. There's this kind of warmth that dies down as this aura around Quilly dissipates. And you are not well enough to move. You are stable, you can think, you can maybe mumble a little bit, basic speech, and Quilly is completely unconscious. Stable, you are at 5 points of exhaustion, which is 1 below death. And Derek is there at how many hit points?
6.
6 hit points. And as this is all happening, the warmth and light, as it's dissipating, kind of gathers in front of the statue, which begins to glow as the last bits of the eyeball just melt and fall off of it. And there's this sudden, large gust of warm wind that blasts out, rattling the doors to this room, pushing past the next large one, blasting those doors open, not destroying them, just they just grind open, goes through this large kind of courtyard that you can see on the other side to these probably 35-foot tall stone doors that match the general aesthetic of all the other doors that have been in here that just grind open. And Derek, as they begin to open, you see sunlight. What the fuck are you doing?
Volkar is sort of semi-conscious, you said? Like he can mumble?
Yes.
As he's saying, all you hear under his breath as he like jerks his hand over his heart and that little chest plea, save them. Please save them. And cast at level 3, my last level 3, Prayer of Healing on 6 people.
Cool.
In my
give me that saving throw at disadvantage.
Gotcha. So that is 17. And another 17.
Okay. Succeed.
Okay. So that is 3d8 plus 3.
Okay.
Everybody gets 17 hit points back.
I got
6
max?
people? So everyone but you're healing?
Yeah, I'm healing everyone but me, but Kalis is getting max hit points.
Okay.
How much would that be?
Everyone else
24.
would be getting 8. And
12.
let me... Kalis, you actually get the full amount.
Oh shit. Okay.
It seems that whatever
The power of friendship.
oppressive power here is still lingering, but in its weakened state, and a good roll, you've managed to kind of pierce through it.
The power of friendship, people.
Derek, as you're the only one who really has the capability to do much of great impact here, as though you are healed hit point wise, all of you are still in this moment just laying on the ground, hardly coming, like having just come back into your bodies after a terrible experience. All of you who were zombified, let's call it, you were aware of and seeing and feeling everything. Derek, what are you doing?
Okay. Wait. Where's that tier? Again?
It is actually still just floating in the air above Quilly.
Okay.
Derek, you begin to hear shouting voices from out where the sunlight is. And you can't make out what they're saying. They sound sort of far away, but sound travels well in this all stone interior, and so it's just echoing in towards you.
Okay, so okay. I'll go over to Quilly, check on her. She's alive and breathing. Well, because of Kara's healing.
She is alive, she is breathing, and she is incredibly unconscious.
Okay.
Derek would be smart enough to probably piece together that whatever just happened to her is probably not really something a normal human body is meant to deal with, and the process of recovery from that is probably going to be unpleasant and quite long.
Okay, I'm going to take out the scroll ascending. I'll contact what's her name? I can't remember.
Zentha?
Cynthia.
Okay.
Now, well, first I'll grab the tier. Can I grab it or?
Yeah, as you reach out, it actually kind of floats over and gently places itself in your hand, and you just feel this warmth just come across your entire body. And Derek, because there's never a break in my world, just hear lingering a familiar voice from a certain serpent-like creature. You just hear kind of echo in your head again 3 words. Protect the truth. And that's all I have to say. What is your message?
Okay, well, to that, Eric is too exhausted to think about what that means, so he's gonna think about it later.
What it means, so I don't forget to say it later, not that Derek knows this yet, but just so we can note it, is that you can now, once per day, at will, cast Zone of Truth.
Ooh.
And we
Okay,
can make a
that's
special feature for you, so you have that on your sheet.
Okay, so it's message. Dentha. We have the tier. Everybody is weak. How do we get out of here? Barely made
Okay.
it alive.
Okay, that's the whole message. Her responses. Let me think. The front doors are wide open. Where are you? And can I get to you right now? And Derek, you begin to see some figures moving out past the door, still outside, but you can definitely see 5 or 6 of them beginning to peer inside cautiously. And I will note, that was actually a new casting of the spell from her. And, well, actually, let me, Sorry, let me make sure I have my rules right. Yes, you can answer.
Oh. Okay, so it wasn't a response, it was...
Yes, she wanted you to be able to respond, and she actually cast the spell herself.
Okay. What was her message again?
She said that the doors just flew wide open, asking where you are and if she can get to you quickly. And at this moment, a couple people have begun approaching the front door, and you can still hear them kind of calling out to each other. You can't tell exactly what's being said, but they are beginning to look inside this place. And there's still this creeping, melting, just black that is just dissipating all around you.
Okay, when you say front doors, do you mean the front doors to the temple, or?
You can guess that, maybe based off of the fact that she's supposed to be out front of the temple. Though she did
Can
not
I see
specify.
the front door open, like the open front doors, or no?
You can see that there is sunlight and what appears to be a more mountainous / slightly deserted landscape.
It sounds like we're in the entranceway.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you wouldn't know offhand where the entrance is, but you are looking outside right now.
You can see outside.
Yep. What's your response?
Okay. Not sure where we're at. Main chamber, I'm guessing. I can hear people at the front.
You see in front of you Zentha appear, not directly in front of you, but fairly into the room that is just outside the one that you're in. She just appears behind a purple glow. And as she does, you begin hearing more exclamations from the people at the front door, and she takes a look around, is very surprised at everything she sees, but sees all of you in the next room, and she just runs in there and is just calling out, "Gather everyone together right now, we need to leave immediately."
Now moving as fast as I can.
And she rushes in, grabs Milo, throws him over her shoulder, reaches down, grabs
Pick up.
Theron on the way by the hand, and just starts pulling
I'm
you
going
across
to
the
Tinny
ground.
and
Am I still
Bokar.
spaghetti?
You feel like spaghetti personally, but your body is back with some scars.
Yeah,
to
everything
say
came
the
back,
least,
but not.
it is back together. And she just grabs you, like hooks her elbow in yours and just pulls you across the ground. And kind of all of you are just loosely thrown in a pile on top of Quilly. And she immediately just starts casting a spell. And you can see, as she's in the middle, like 4 or 5 other purple dimension doors, as people just begin appearing closer. And one guy is like, "Zentha, what the fuck?" And he's just holding his bleeding nose. And he goes to counterspell her. And immediately you just see this chain of counterspells from everyone who's possibly close enough. Just these fizzles start going everywhere. And it actually takes so long to get to the end of this chain, because you see dozens of people running in, all not necessarily similarly dressed, but looking on the wealthier side and studious. Certainly the nerdy wizard types are all here, all of the archaeologists. And she just sees this start happening and just closes her eyes and she goes, "Oh, come on. And you all just feel your stomachs drop as there's a flash of light. You all land. Those of you who hate teleporting, this is the worst teleportation you've ever had in your life. And
Son of a bitch.
you are now all just sprawled out, Zentha included, just laying in all sorts of uncomfortable positions in the sand at Sand Throne, in the shadow of Deer Sentinel. And Zentha just looks around and just begins weeping violently. And just pulls over to Tinny on the ground and just pulls you very close to her and just lays there in the sand, sobbing, clutching at you, and just gently kind of rubbing your hair in the back of your head. What are you all doing?
Am I conscious?
Staring in their
What's his
Quilly
name?
is not
What's his
conscious,
name?
no.
face.
What's the guy's name?
The guy?
The healer that we met.
Dewdrop?
Dewdrop.
Yeah, you're a little bit away from his place, as the ship is kind of, like, there's not space in Sand Throne for it to land, so it's a bit north of the town.
Are we on the ship?
No, you're beside it in the shade.
Yeah. Dewdrop, like in as he's as much as he can scream, Volkar is screaming for Dewdrop.
And within about 2 seconds, you see Goris's regal self appear at the side of the ship, and without a hesitation, he vaults over it and just throws himself off the side of it, lands, rolls forward, and then just on all fours just sprints across the sand and kind of skids over to where Zentha and Tinny are. "My lady, are you in need?" And she just kind of freezes for a second, wipes the tears sort of out of her face. "Goris, get Dewdrop immediately." And he does not respond, he does not hesitate, he just sprints, still on all fours, just back towards Sand Throne. And you can immediately see, as he does this, all the other members of the crew begin freaking out and trying to help. You see a few of them with their broomstone sort of jetpacks that they have off the edge and over to you. It seems that they are still doing more repairs and actively wearing them. And they all begin to bring you all up, actually onto the ship, to just get you inside and cooled off. And so, after a few minutes of that, you're all brought up. Dewdrop actually literally practically rides Goris back over because he's so fast. He's just like clutched onto his back and they come running, and as Gorse gets to the side, he just jumps and just climbs up the side of the ship, gets up to the top, and just dashes down the stairs onto the lower deck where you're all held. And Dewdrop immediately jumps off, sees Quilly looking worse than everyone else right now, and he takes a deep breath. I need you to tell me what happened immediately. And he begins, he kneels down beside Quilly and immediately starts inspecting her. What do you all do and or say? As you are well enough to speak, you've recovered enough at this point. You're certainly not moving very well on your own.
I think she became an avatar of the Everlight and really survived.
Is Tinny okay?
He's conscious. He
No, I
doesn't
mean,
have
is
any
she-
of the tracking, any of the blueness, the purpleness about her. Though you do feel more nauseous than you've ever felt in your life.
She's also just like covered in blood. Like she looks like a red tiefling at this point. Just head
Yeah,
to toe.
blood and sand all over all of you right now. And Derek, as you say this, Dewdrop stops, looks at you quizzically, kind of shakes it off. He reaches down, places a hand above her chest, and you see his eyes glow. And you see this little glow from underneath his shirt, from where an amulet would be. He smiles. She just needs rest. She's in better hands than mine. And he immediately turns to Theron, who looks not good. And he's just going at it, cleaning blood off, just kind of... The crew are also there, all helping out.
You hear Volcar, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
You have got to be the most reckless, biggest fucking idiot I've ever met in my life.
Theron, you get chills down your spine as you feel a warmth on your neck, and you just hear, "Now do you understand?"
Oh, I understand. Volcar, did it ever occur to you to not try and throw me against the wall while I was in the clutches of whatever the fuck that was? If you'd give me a couple more moments, I could have cut my way out of it.
You're right.
And as Dewdrop is cleaning him off, Theron has... Blair, go ahead and roll me 3d10.
3d10.
The
Your
amount of
hands are
bones you have
feet now.
broken.
And your scars you got.
Oh yeah, is Derek still holding on to the tier, or did
You are,
Gotta
you
take
have it. Yeah, they have it focused on everyone else. And it's about
8.
palm size, so it's kind of 8. Okay.
Yeah, 3d8, right? So
Derek's
Yes,
gonna pocket it.
4, 1, and 3.
Theron has 18 new scars across his body in various spots, and I will let you decide where or whatever you want to do with those, but they are rough.
They're all on his butt.
They're all in the
are-
groin region.
No, that's the one spot. That's,
Every single
that's,
one.
nothing in the
That's
glutes. They're too strong
curly.
to be pierced. But
Damage.
certainly there's a large one that runs across the side of your jaw, and the rest are just across your torso, your arms, your legs, just spread out everywhere, and they are all jagged and nasty.
Time and time again, you prove to be far too reckless. And this time, it cost me my fucking life. Zentha,
Yeah.
can you take
Yeah.
me back to Vasselheim?
We'll talk. Yes. I'll bring you to your room.
I need to lay down.
And she and Dewdrop help you back to your room and give you some space that you obviously need. And as they come back, Zentha is just a wreck. Like, she's not actively sobbing right now, but you can tell she has, like, she has no idea how to handle this situation. And
Where is it? Did we
Yeah.
get it?
Okay, well, while they were like taking him back, and Theron was yelling at Car, can I inspect the tier?
sure, what would you like to inspect it for?
I just want to see what it does or what it can do, or I want to say, like, what was this thing that we all nearly died for?
How are you trying to inspect it? Trying to, like, detect magic on it, if you can? Are you just trying to look at it?
I was gonna do Arcana check, but
Sure. You can do an Arcana check. Also, let me see. I just realized we're still in the battle map. Let me see if it didn't hate me too much. It did hate me. Okay, that's
No.
fine. Give me a minute. I just get our layout back to good, which should be much faster.
Just curious, as a point of order,
Yes,
that the thing on on Kalis's forehead, what happened to it?
still there, still bleeding.
Still bleeding.
320.
Is it profuse?
1 second. I'm just finishing up these. I'm just gonna cut this little bit out. There we go. Okay. So the question was, before I get to Derek's thing, the thing on Kalis's forehead, what's happening with it? It is still there. It is still bleeding. It is not profuse. After they clean it up, but there's just from the center of it just a little drip. Slowly wipe it. About 20 or 30 seconds later, slowly dripping. And Derek, dirty 20?
Yes.
You understand that you cannot possibly fathom how powerful this is. You can surmise it is nowhere near as powerful as the Evertier, which you can imagine is what was in the hands of the statue, as that thing looked like when it was in its prime. It was probably, well, between that and the rumors of the healing that it did during the war, it was incredible. You still feel immense healing capabilities from this thing. Absolutely immense. And you do not have any idea what the boundaries of this power might be, but it is incredible. And actually, as you're holding it and beginning to focus on it and think on it, you begin to feel your energy replenish. Not immediately, but certainly you are feeling better than you should. You heal another 11 hit points throughout the last few minutes of this. And at this moment, Dewdrop is knelt down in front of Kalis and is still kind of just inspecting. Doesn't seem like an open wound anymore. It's scarred. It's already closed up and almost like it's healed. It's not super clean, as it was done with a jagged nail, and it's kind of rough and bumpy. And every time he stops, just another drop. This is... Zentha. And she steps over
This
and looks
battle
down
left
at it.
scars on all of us.
The Ruiner.
He has been driven out, but the land will need time to
You need
heal.
to tell me exactly what happened.
I mean, there was this thing and I put my hand in it and
Thing, no. What was it?
there's an eye of some kind.
It was an eye. What was it doing? Where was it? I need everything.
Okay, that's when I
Uh,
step in.
Yeah, please. Kalis is not.
As up there, I think they're both too exhausted to. I hand her the tear. It's not the original one. The original one was encased by that giant eyeball. And when Quilly finally killed the thing that was guarding it, the eyeball melted away, and the tear was under it. That tear was totally corrupted by that Marcus and was destroyed, but that one came to us in a time of need.
It was destroyed?
It fell to pieces, shattered. The crystal light, it was all dim and faded.
She's just looking at the tear.
I still think it has, examining it for a bit, it has amazing healing properties still.
And as you say that, her eyes flash. And you see she actually kind of recoils. Oh, goodness. Oh, goodness.
Give it here.
I hope this will do. And she hands it down to you. And Volkar, as you grab it, you just feel this incredible warmth.
I am limping over to Kalis. I have forced myself up. I know that I am
Give me a
wounded.
con save.
Okay, Constitution. That's 15.
15? Okay. You do manage to barely limp your way over, half leaning on the wall after agging yourself.
As I see him coming over, I'm just gonna look at him and it's like, I swear to God, no thunder waves here.
No. Less the warrior, more the healer. I'm going to take, this is my last second level slot, put my hand on the mark, and I'm trying to channel all this healing energy that I'm feeling into a lesser restoration, trying to push it, break whatever barrier is in my mind for a greater restoration, to try and banish this darkness from my friend. Using the healing, the power, I'm using the connection through the amulet that I have. I'm using everything as this is my one, as I feel my one chance to at least make something right.
Give me a wisdom check.
You're good at those. Come on.
I do have a +6 to wisdom, so.
Wait.
Just a check, not a save.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just a check.
Sorry, that's a +3 to wisdom, so that is.
I was like, whoa.
Still,
This is...
that is a dirty 20.
Nice.
I would like for you to roll me 1d100.
Okay, one D100.
Mm-hmm.
Ray's grabbing the tables.
That's a 31.
Okay. You open yourself to whatever innate healing properties is inside of this relic, and you very quickly realize this thing is so potent, you can't even figure out how to begin describing it. And you can only imagine what this much, if this is a fraction of the power that was just inside of Quilly, you cannot even, you have absolutely no way to fathom what that would have been like. And as you feel it fill you, you're not quite able to work with it enough to push past your boundaries here. And as you see the light and kind of electric crackling from the amulet in your chest, goes out, up your arm to your hand, to Kaelus's forehead. There's just this sickly black that just reaches back towards you and severs the connection. And Kaelus, inside your head, you hear this deep, guttural chuckling. Not seem to have succeeded.
It was a good try.
Volkar, you collapse from exhaustion.
Yeah, I was gonna
You
either
just
destroy.
face down on the ground, and Zentha tries to half catch you.
I'm bleeding from places now.
From the nose, fully anime style.
No,
Yeah,
I'd like
sure.
to think my eye is bleeding.
The outside, the perimeter of the amulet itself is now bleeding down your chest a little bit. And Zentha kind of half catches you and tries to soften your fall. And she kind of grabs your hand and the tear together.
You hear, we need the dragon.
What?
He needs the dragon. We need him.
Oh. I'm afraid I wouldn't know how to start with that. May I please borrow this?
Like it's a struggle because of he's like, if he could still move, he'd be trying again.
And she rests her forehead against yours for a moment and says, whatever happened, put it behind you. We have to be focused here, okay? I need to see if this will do anything for Tinny. Thank you for trying. You really need to sleep. She gently pulls it from your hand and steps back from you, gently lays you down, kind of propping your head up against one of the sacks of rice that was unassailed by Theron. And she comes over to Tinny as you're kind of sitting on the or how are you, sitting or laying or propped? Where are you?
I think she's kind of propped up now, kind of in a little corner, and she's just very quietly, like, mending her little owl, just off by herself. Tears still cutting through, like, the blood on her face.
Zentha approaches and sits down next to you, just puts her arm around you. I can't imagine what that was like. How do you feel? You look better somehow.
Still nauseous, I guess.
Yeah, I bet. She gently places her hand on the owl. I think we need to try this right now. Be right here. And she sets it down on the ground next to you. She raises the tear up to you. Kind of puts it in your hands, closes them around it, presses your hands up against your chest. And you all see the shimmering, dancing watercolor expand outward almost like little ribbons. And Tinny, you feel as they actually touch your chest and your neck, they tickle. You find yourself kind of giggling uncontrollably, just quietly for a second. And this warmth overtakes you. Feel it searching. It goes up to your head and your brain, and like it's cleaning everything as it goes, dances back down your arms, your lungs, your heart. And as it finds its way to your stomach, the feeling goes from the most amazing massage you've ever had to, uh-oh, and you keel over, vomiting violently. And you all see this 13 or 14-inch long, sort of slug eel-like thing just get incrementally ejected from Tinny's mouth, as there's just this pool of purple, thick liquid that just splashes out everywhere, and it begins writhing and squirming immediately. And Goris, without hesitation, just grabs this thing, his claws piercing into it, and goes, "Zentha, what do I do now?" And she immediately just rushes over and just begins casting some kind of spell. And
fire.
And immediately she goes, "Dewdrop, I need you." And he rushes over as well and begins casting something. And after a second, she stops, and you can see that whatever Dewdrop is doing, this thing is just kind of squirming and screaming and squealing and just writhing around. And it's now floating above Goris's hand, who's still at the ready. You see actually has his hand down on his rapier. And Zentha comes back a couple seconds later with this weird, fancy, elven-looking, just box. And she just grabs it and just slams it over the thing, throws it down on the ground, and immediately kneels down and begins casting something else. And you just see this kind of light blue shimmer grow around it and tighten up against it. And she just immediately runs back over to Tinny. Goris reaches down, picks up the box, and looks kind of concerned, and just steps off the ship with it. Tinny. In the seconds following this vomitous episode, you continued to feel this warmth growing throughout your entire body. You are restored, as if you had just received a long rest. And you feel better than you have felt since you have joined up with our party. And Zentha rushes back over and kneels down beside you, kind of half, like, supporting your head, kind of, like, leaning up against the wall a bit. Tinny?
Yeah?
Say something else? I'm freaking out.
No, I'm good. I feel better than I have in a very long time. It's that thing that... Then that's not a disease,
It's a parasite.
Parasites.
Oh, this is very bad.
Yeah.
Oh, this is very bad.
I've only been showing symptoms for a short time, but it's already got that big. Then what happens when...
I don't know. I don't know. I think we need to get to Scarleton very quickly.
Yeah.
Willie, give me a Constitution check.
Check. Dear, is that at a disadvantage because I'm super exhausted?
Certainly is.
Did Darren already go to like the bed, or is he still there?
He's been in his room for this part. Yeah.
That's a 4.
That said, it hasn't been very quiet. So Theron's elf ears would hear everything. That's a 4, you said?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, no, Quilly's still assed out. Zentha begins to have the crew help you all to quarters to rest up as Dewdrop is quickly runs back to town to start bringing a whole bunch of supplies and some extra helping hands. Are there any things or conversations we should focus on in the upcoming few hours? Zentha is not trying to leave right now, but they are going to begin preparing the ship as soon as possible. But in the meantime, over the next, I would say, after the next hour of you all resting, we could count it as sort of a half-assed short rest, in the sense that you are, other than Quilly, who's still very, very unconscious, you are all able to begin moving of your own accord again, and everything hurts and feels horrible, but you are able to move and speak as you will. So if there are conversations to be had or things to attend to, please do them now.
Gillis is gonna go talk to Tinny.
And Volkar is going to talk to Theron, or try to.
Okay, let's take Kalis and Tinny first.
All in are we just chilling in our separate rooms, or?
You could be. You could go off the ship a little bit if you wanted, because it's still docked, so you could do what you wanted, but it's much cooler inside.
The last time that Kalis kind of remembered seeing Tinny's room, it was all destroyed, and you know, until they eventually, you know, came to, and it was perfectly fine. But
and on that note, real quick, you can see that the shelves and the infrastructure of the room has been rebuilt. Actually a little bit fancier than before. It seems that maybe Gideon had some fun while I had some downtime. And all the specific things are neatly either swept up or placed and loosely labeled, but they're not... Most of it's still broken, the individual stuff, but they respected it enough to not throw anything out or do any of that. It's just as organized as they could get it to be, but the room itself is structurally sound.
And I'm still bleeding from this point, like every so
Yeah,
often.
there's just one little drop that just occasionally goes down, and it's interesting because you can see it always goes off the right side, and before it gets down to his chin, it seems to just almost absorb into his skin. It doesn't drip further, and it doesn't leave... So you know in video games, when you're walking in like snow and it only keeps footprints for like 5 steps behind you, it's sort of that. It's like there's a couple inches of trail. This goes down and then it vanishes, and 20 seconds or so later, another one runs down the nose.
Not having not seen this yet, I'm gonna knock on the door. Are you in there?
Yeah, come in.
Not to make you know, a light joke out of this, but I guess we traded one curse for another.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, you're... What happened to you when... I only saw a little bit from when I was zombified, but why is this happening?
I guess it might be a curse.
He's like trying to like wipe the blood. Like
It doesn't. I'm guessing it doesn't go away.
And it's like large. It's not like eye-sized. It's like your whole forehead is this, and just from the bottom center of it, that kind of comes to an unnatural point right at the top.
Oh wait,
of
so it's
nose.
scarred.
It's big. It's scarred. It is visibly there. Yeah, it is like, and it's not like tiny scarred. It's like raised like a 1/4 inch. Like it's messy scarage. Yeah.
Well, and I kind of grab her hands like, it's okay. To be honest, I've lived long enough with a pretty face. I guess I'll live some time without one.
No, you're still pretty.
He'll blush a bit.
As a drip of blood just comes down to accentuate the blush.
Well, how are you? How are you feeling now? I mean, to be honest, this was all for you, so I hope we got you the help you needed.
Yeah, it seems like... I assume I still have the tear.
Zentha actually
Zentha has
took
it.
that back. Her and Dewdrop are, they have that up in her quarters right now.
Sure. But yeah, seems like whatever we brought back worked, you know? It got the thing out of me. But, she looks up again at Kalis's forehead and...
I think it's best not to stare.
I know. I'm sorry, but I know. I'm just thinking if it was. And like she's like starting to cry again. She says, "Was it really worth it?"
He'll kind of rummage in his pocket, pull out his little book, and he'll flip to the part where it says maybe, and he'll show her. He'll cross it out, and he'll flip to yes, and it'll tag one piece off. Yeah, I think it was.
Aaron and Volkart, and I think I killed Milo, and I don't know what's wrong with Quilly, and you're now.
It's okay. I mean, Theron might be angry at Volkart for a bit. Quilly might be recovering for a while. Milo, I don't know how Milo's gonna take it. I don't exactly know what happened to Milo. I didn't see him for much of it, actually.
I think there's acid on him while I was brain zombie.
Oh, he might have been hiding behind Theron's huge bodacious rump, but but other than that, trust me, take it from me. Out of any of them, I'm glad you're okay. And he'll take her hand and he'll put it over her heart. And he'll just say, it's always worth it, one way or another. So, hang on to what you have right now. Hang on to this wonderful life that this Tira has given you anew. And, maybe help us out in any way that you can, I guess. You know, with, and I'll point to the rest of the, the workshop. You're quite smart, so definitely a boon.
I'll make you guys whatever you want.
Looking forward to it. And I'll head for the door. And, yeah, so I think it was worth it at the end of the day. So, again, don't feel guilty. Guilt's not a good thing.
I'll try.
And it'll leave.
Kalis, you turn and you see about 3 feet away is Zentha just leaning up against the wall, just beaming at you. Uh-huh. Glad you're feeling better. Yep.
What?
Thanks for trying to help her.
Just
She
super red.
appreciates
He walks away.
It's okay. You don't have to say anything. Ah.
Keeps walking. He's super red.
And what we would see from Goris, who is currently just kind of not that far off from Zentha, he's not really too happy about the thought of leaving her side right now. He just smiles a little tiny bit and shakes his head. Milo, a few minutes after this, you actually get a knock on your door.
Oh.
Do you respond?
No, I'm just gonna wait for them to come in.
Yeah, Milo. That's Gideon, who's kind of the one who's been mostly on the jetpack fixing stuff. I kind of know you're in there. I'd like to talk.
I'll open the door.
He's the one that brought him to the room.
He is. He just kind of steps in and closes the door, and there's like a little desk or like table on the side, and he just sits down at it. So, what's your deal? Why do you gotta act like you don't care about these things? I've seen it. It's the whole. I've been there. It's just, why? Do you actually not care? I mean, because if you really don't care, then given everything that I've been hearing, these people talk, it's kind of my job to be everywhere, and y'all ain't quiet. You ain't really, like, in a good position right now. So why, if you really don't care that much, why are you here making this situation worse for yourself and making them all have more shit to say to and about you? That can't be fun for anyone. So what's the deal? You give a shit or do you not give a shit?
Milo kind of just hesitates and kind of just looks around the room, trying to ignore the question, but at the same time think of a witty answer to the question. And he kind of like dodges it by saying like, it's not that I don't give a shit, but you know, you can only do so much, I guess.
Yeah, if you keep telling yourself you can only do so much, you ain't ever gonna do shit. And he pulls up his pant leg, and you see that he actually has a prosthetic leg below the knee. And he pulls up his other pant leg, and you see he has another prosthetic leg, this one slightly above the knee. I spent a lot of time thinking I couldn't do shit. And I didn't. So, figure out whatever shit you need to figure out. That is a good group out there. And if I could pick my team to work with, and they were half as good at keeping me from dying as they are keeping you from dying, I'd probably be a little bit more happy about that. So, either find some way to care about them, or save them the trouble. And he stands up and heads out. And as he goes to leave, he pauses. Look, I'm just saying this because I've been there. And shit's a lot better when you decide other people might be worth caring about. Maybe someday you'll care about yourself, actually. Kind of pats the door frame and closes the door. I suspect this next conversation will require maybe a different tone of music here. So let me see if it wants to play nice and actually start. Whoop, as it just skips forward a bunch. Volkar, how would you like to go about approaching Theron? Are you doing it on the ship, as he's currently in his room, but what are you doing?
I bang on his door and say, I'd like to, like in a softer voice, I'd like to come in, if that's all right. I think I have something to say.
Haven't you done enough today, Volkar?
One last thing.
Fuck. Fine.
Where's Theron in his room?
I'd probably be like, is there like a water basin in the
There
room?
is, yeah.
So Theron would probably be shirtless, tending to the wounds on his body over the water basin.
Volkar immediately goes into a kneeling position. I beg forgiveness. And you are right. My rashness, my brashness cost you your life. He takes his hand axe out across his own palm, cuts it, and holds it out. I ask for your lessons. Make me the warrior that I need to be. With my mind, not my heart. That you will never be on the and then I give him my hammer. I put my hammer down in front of him. My hammer is yours. And I take the blood and I wipe it across my face. I am yours to do with as you wish.
Volkar, since I have met you, you've been more of a liability to this group than you have been a benefit to it. You have made enemies for us. You have made terrible mistakes. And you cost me my life. My sister is somewhere out there, alone, trying to survive. And only I am the one looking for her. If I don't succeed, she doesn't come back. I don't give a shit about your broken honor or your apology. I don't trust you. Your actions have to prove that, not your words. I do not forgive you, and I am not here to be your mentor. Go to your God, plead to him, look to him for guidance. And I will look out for myself.
I ask for forgiveness. I give you a chance to mend this. Volkar gets up and he spits on the ground. I should have left you dead.
Probably.
Your sister is well rid of you. Feckless cur.
Volkar, there is a searing pain across the entire inside of your body. Theron, you hear flesh tearing. Metal slams into the ground, and Volkar's entire body for about 5 seconds tenses as if he's been tased. And goes limp, staggers back, catching himself against the doorframe. And Volkar, everything you see is just shades of gray.
No, it's not.
It is.
He spits on the talisman. Cord will not have me. You will not have me. Then perhaps this group is better off without me. And he packs up whatever he leaves the room. He packs up whatever he can find. And he goes into the desert.
And as he leaves,
you find the broken half of the friendship amulet, and the like planted in with the hand axe. He wants no one to find him.
as he leaves, Goris watches him go, shakes his head solemnly. Zentha approaches Theron's still open room.
This is actually a good question. One sec.
Yeah?
Do I feel him leave with my amulet?
No, you feel the amulet break.
It's
Oh, like the
the
friendship
connection
amulet.
Yeah.
is just gone. Yeah.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah. It's just
Okay.
it's gone. You feel it move a little bit, like it's exiting the ship, and then it's just connection is severed. And Zentha peers into Theron's room. Much as I hate to say it, seems that at least for now you are probably better off. You all seem to have a lot going on. And I hope he can find his way. But if things you have before you are as severe in consequence as they have been made out to seem,
How much of that conversation did you hear?
He's not very quiet.
He is a fool. I survived Cyril Unith. My father, my friends didn't. And I would have never survived if my sister hadn't saved me. She's out there somewhere in the Feywilds. And I have to find her. And I cannot suffer the incompetence of others. He's wrong. My sister has not abandoned me, and I will not abandon her.
Well, it seems there has been some abandonment today.
Fuck it. Don't need him.
Well, we leave it on. And that, where we will resume our story next week, because it is past midnight.
Ah,
No.
consequences.
What the fuck?
I want to
Oh my
just bring
goodness!
that on.
The consequences of
Oh
my
my
own.
It was up to Farron.
God.
It was
You beat me
up
to it. I was
Farron.
gonna leave the party.
Woo!
You
God
fucking beat me to
damn.
it. You fucking beat me to it.
You
Oh,
still
Michael.
can. Please don't, but you can. Holy shit. Wow. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week. We all have questions now. Woohoo! Happy gaming. Holy fuck.
Bye. Will I be
Yeah, I
back next
guess.
week?
Good fucking guy.
Holy fuck. Who knew?
Not me.
I was